Hello, starlights and sunshines. We're back, and I forgot to mute myself again. Every single fucking time.
Lol.
It's the streamer problem of I've forgotten to unmute myself. I need to record. Okay, I am now recording because I forgot to click that. And I swear to God, I want to laugh every time I look at the freaking OBS screen because it's just the mommy hey drum my cricket.
My drum and groom kit.
Come on, we're more mature than this.
No, we're not.
Mommy
No, we're
drum
That's a
and
not.
groom
lie.
kit.
Yeah, you look
You-
at all of us in the
You
eye and tell us
asked for
that.
us to do this campaign with you, knowing full well it would be like babysitting 3 headless, like, fucking children, and then just Ryan being a chaotic bear with a gun.
I
And a mommy
actually
king.
Asked for me
recommended
here, but I am here.
I recommended Aurora for this campaign because I knew
just
you were a
kinda-
gremlin.
Chaotic energy.
I just kind of got dragged along by Georgia. Georgia was like, "You," and I was like, So
I was like, you're a nerd. Yes, I'm a nerd. Cool, join us. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna throw a chair.
Okay.
Are we actually streaming or?
Yes, we're streaming.
420 plus 100 and
Well, okay. Well, hello everybody. You know, as per usual, I am RT. We have a demon. We have an Aurora. We have.
Nora.
We have an aura.
Listen, I will call you something new every session because I can't pronounce Aurora. Okay. All right. My English vernacular does not understand. All right. My dialect does not comprehend your name.
I can't pronounce Aurora, also pronounces Aurora.
Listen, I can't. I say like anatomy as autonomy if I don't think about it carefully. Yeah, exactly. My new economy in my new America. Armstrong. Anyhow, we have
nanomachines and tax evasion.
nanomachines and tax evasion. We have Ryan and of course HP Lovely. Hello, everybody.
Sup, dickheads?
I'm
Profanity.
not real. Never
Well,
have
I'm
been, never will
not
be.
allowed profanity. Oh, do I need to post a meme?
As I look at Demon, waiting for her to say hi.
Hello. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. So a small time skip has happened since the last stream between HP Lovely and Aurora. That episode of the campaign / time skip will be posted on Demon's YouTube in its entirety. But as a quick recap, as we do for every session, just to make sure that people that do tune in are not lost. All that happened as of last point is when our heroes awoken and spent the next few days in town, they had found out that they were now locally called the Sandpoint Heroes, and they were all deeply admired. The townsfolk greeted them with gifts and smiles and jokes. Peach got a plethora of sugary treats from the baker. Tormo was getting hit up by just so many women. You know, Evelyn continued to get harassed because she's a beautiful ASMR. And Cynthia ended up finding a beautiful crowd of thugs to hang out with at the Hagfish Hopeful, you know, bonding with crooks and criminals.
Huh? I thought. Oh, okay.
What did you think, huh?
I thought I ended up in someone's bed.
You did later.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Uh-oh.
So, sadly, this was not to be. Sheriff Baylor, the sheriff of Sandpoint, had collected each and every one of you and rounded you up for an important task at the church. In which case, you got to meet Father Xantus again, this time in person and much more in depth. You learned that he was a cleric of Desna.
Daddy Xantus.
Yeah, Daddy Xantus.
Daddy Xantus.
He worships Desna, the goddess of dreams, the goddess of travel, the goddess of luck. You know, super kind man, and he had escorted you all to the graveyard in the back, specifically to Father Tobin's tomb, because someone had disturbed it. Upon looking inside, you guys had found a giant skeletal ogre wielding a massive club and half full plate armor. After barely dispatching it and getting out with your lives, you all told Father Xantus, and he kind of thanked you all and asked for you all to keep it on the down low, mostly because he didn't want the town to go into a severe panic knowing an undead was within their walls. But after that point, the group had dispersed and spent some time alone before heading back to the Red Rusty Dragon. Peach made a small detour to try and have a very fun afternoon with Torma's mom. Little did Peach know, uh, Torma's mom, Belle, was a master of her craft and drove the bear to wobbly knees and teary eyes and sent him
Gotta
home.
love a woman who used to be a bard.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah, to learn from someone.
did you know that I have 57 bullets, actually?
After everyone went back to the Red Rusty Dragon, they just began to drink and have fun. Evelyn mostly minded her own business, staying away from the group. After the incident that had transpired several days prior, she still didn't quite feel comfortable near Valdis. But Cynthia and Torma drank heavily and enjoyed themselves. But it was up to Valdis to actually take care of them in their new inebriated state. They asked a few questions about his past, why he wouldn't bond with them, hang out with them, why he wasn't there at the graveyard, but being a mute person and kind of shy, he didn't really respond to any of their questions. Cynthia passed out, and Torma needed some help taking her upstairs, so they all went to Valdis's room, which was just a collection of animal pelts and hides and trophies from over the years. Cynthia got the bed, which is where we left off with Cynthia passed out in some random guy's bed, slightly declothed.
Huh?
And Torma had ended up getting some English lessons with Valdis before the tiny little dragon ended up sleeping on Valdis's chest.
Baby.
Gotta love the beginning of a ship.
I will murder you.
I got dragged up 3 flights of stairs by a fucking Wolverine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just watched you.
that bad, huh? Nod, nod. But
Guess you could say he's down bad.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna shoot you.
But hey, let's see who wakes up first out of you four. You
Do we
know,
all roll d20s?
nah. I roll a d4. It makes things so much more streamlined.
What do you mean, why, Ruka? What have I done?
Hey, Peach.
Oh,
Well, congrats, buddy. Your
Yeah.
aching heart and sore loins, are now, well,
nothing hurts.
you know. How are you, friend? You are now awake.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but everybody say hi to Ruka.
Hello, Rika.
Hello, Ruka.
Hi.
It is the law on my channel that whenever Ruka's here, everyone has to say hi to Ruka.
Okay.
I will throw hands with Ruka.
No!
Yay!
No! Ruka says hi, guys. Quadruple heart. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, what would
So-
you like to do, Peach?
I'm going to wake up
You
and
wake
eat
up
a muffin.
aggressively or passively eating a muffin.
I still have a box of Torma's mom's baked goods. I'm just eating a muffin.
But
I'm vibing.
aggressively or passively? That's a very important question.
How do you eat a? Okay. Passively, I suppose. I'm just kind of snacking.
Let me tell you something. Passively, how you eat a muffin is you eat a muffin like a normal person. How you aggressively eat a muffin
He's like an
is
anime character.
You look like freaking Cookie Monster.
you pretend that muffin is like Belle.
Hold on, let me roll. Can I roll a D? Can I roll 1d2
Sure.
to see if I can? Okay, a 2 is that she's imagining the muffin is Belle, and then things are not good. Okay, true actually.
Yeah, so you are down bad for that muffin.
Please don't jack off with a muffin.
Ah, yes, it's as thick as she is.
Nothing can compare to
It
how
has-
thick she
It
is.
even has pieces of pear in it to remind me of her body.
He even has like little chocolate chips, like the freckles on her skin.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I just imagine Torma just sensing something's wrong.
Something in the force is wrong. Something is
Peach
very
breathing
wrong.
heavy.
Peach has somehow put his tongue through the bottom of the muffin and come out the top
Oh.
without a bite.
Peach, hold on, wait a second.
We're on
Peach.
Switch, Peach. We're on Switch.
No!
They're just licking a muffin.
It's a
They're
muffin.
just licking a muffin. What? Get your mind out of the gutter. Tell your chat to be less horny.
It's just a unique way to eat a muffin.
Yeah. Well, don't make us get the horny bonk hammer out. Just no.
I have a bat.
Torma, didn't you know your mom's muffin is cream filled?
Hmm? That pterodactyl screech.
Ugh, I encourage this. I shouldn't be ashamed. But after you violate that muffin, why don't
Like
you?
a Dyson
Why are you
vacuum
fucking
cleaner
with the
trying to
nothing
suck up a brick?
Also, oh shit, my bonk's not working. Hold on.
What do I do?
I just came across 20 minutes of
Okay, now
unpredictable
it's
memes on
working.
YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruka.
What do I do?
You made it
with,
work.
With the rest of my morning? I'm gonna go on a walk with Scribbles.
You gonna go on a rock with Squibbles? Okay. Is there any particular destination, or are you just kind of going around town? Looking for breakfast?
I would
Because
assume Peach is wandering.
alright,
Like
alright.
the thoughtless type of wandering where his feet take him where he wants to go.
I love you.
Roll me
Thank you.
a 1d50.
Oh.
That's fine. Matt just brought me food and garlic bread and cheesy dough balls filled with barbecue sauce.
Hey.
Thank you.
40.
Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh wait, was I rolling for all of the places in town?
Yep.
Wherever that is on Merchant
So-
Street.
The 37 is the Red Rusty Dragon. So you go across the street. That's where your feet take you.
Your feet say go get a drink.
But you go to 40, and this is some place you haven't actually been to as of the being a new guest. Mostly because you don't have a purpose here. This is Sandpoint's Mercantile League. This large building in front of you serves many purposes. One can book passage on a ship bound for other ports, arrange for caravans or carriages for overland travel, or you can send messages to folks in towns as far away as Cravosa or even Riddleport. Inquiries into land ownership, building construction, and establishing new businesses, both in Sandpoint proper and in the surrounding hinterlands, must begin the process here in the official Mercantile League. Although ownership of the league remains split evenly between Sandpoint's 4 noble families, few of them take part anymore in the actual day-to-day business, leaving such matters to the capable hands of Sir Jasper Kavaski. In his younger years, Jasper was a paladin of Abadar, and although he's long since given up more of a dangerous lifestyle of a crusader, he remains loyal and devout. Despite his best efforts, his romance with a certain individual has become one of Sandpoint's worst kept secrets. And yeah, that's about as much as I'm going to give you on that, being a new person here. But there is more to it.
Gotta love how many people are funny.
How many people are what?
Fucking Torm's ma.
Nah. It ain't Torm's ma. It's somebody else. Yeah, Peach. What would you like to do?
Then Peach died.
Motherfucking headset mute button. I didn't open the world map, and I can if I need to, but can I send a message home?
Yeah. That should be possible. You want to send a message all the way down to, freaking... It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on.
Alkenstar?
Yeah, Alkenstar. I don't know why I'm thinking Ustalav. That's like the undead nation.
Shala.
Yeah, you can send a message all the way down to your family down in Alkenstar.
I have
The
found my
homies.
chosen spouse. She is a thick dummy mummy.
What?
That you?
No, that's what their letter's gonna be.
Oh,
They've, like,
so
I
now
have
you
chosen.
also want Belle?
No!
Alright. So, what would you like to write home, huh?
I'm just going to ask them how things are and kind of just pour my heart into a letter and just speak about unrequited feelings and ask for my mother's advice. And
Aww, that's
pour
actually
my
quite
heart
sweet.
into a piece of paper and
I hope
seal it
Toma
with
walks in. I hope Toma walks in.
with a kiss and a little bit of scribbles for her to let them know that she's okay. And send it off.
Sir Jasper there, takes the letter. Of course, he didn't read anything from you, but Alkenstar is a pretty far distance. I'm assuming you're gonna cover the travel fee for the letter.
Yeah, how much is it? You've already taken all my money.
Hey, no, hey, hold on. Sir, that was Valdis.
This is a new guy
Uh-huh.
who's going to take all your money.
Just tell me the price, mailman.
Let's see, I think it's 2 copper per mile carried. So
Oh, you're joking.
let me check.
I'm just not allowed to speak to my family. They took my family away.
Join the club. Highway robbery right there.
My
Says Ruka.
goodness. I'm so not okay.
Former being
Listen,
bonked, I've done nothing.
It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Listen, you're okay.
How much money do I owe the United States Postal Service?
2,000 gold. Take it or leave it.
Holy Woo. Can I sell my body?
Who do you think you are, Torma's mom?
Or Torma?
Hey, you leave that poor woman alone. She doesn't sell her body. She
I'm like deeply looking into this. I'm sorry, just like give me a second. Like this is like some severe math right now.
She's built like a red velvet cupcake with 2 cherries on top.
Let me just go
I
ahead.
love red velvet cake, man. It's good.
Let me casually bring up a picture of Torma's mom for the chat.
I'm down so bad. Peach is down so bad. It's problematic.
But you gotta love her.
The one-way street. For
Indeed.
now.
Bless you.
And then I'm gonna become your stepdad.
Why is it so hard to make pictures smaller in OBS?
And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take your crim kit.
No, not my crim kit. Okay, chat. Here she is. Thoughts?
So using like interactive
Ayo.
maps, and because it won't like load completely all the way from like not Riddleport, from like Sandpoint to like the lower half of Chiliax, and then from Chiliax all the way down to the Mana Waste, which is where not Ustalov, Alkenstar is. That's that's about 2,000 miles. So 4,000.
So,
So about 4,000 copper, 400 silver pieces, or 440 gold.
fucking yeah, I guess. Cool.
I want you to know you're sending a letter all the way across the world.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna send myself off a roof.
Hey man, listen. He just works the shop here, okay?
You ever seen what happens when a
Listen.
Wall Street broker files for bankruptcy?
Listen, homie, if you need 40 gold to borrow, I can give you some.
No, I have the money. I'm fine.
Alright.
Monetarily, actually, for once. For now.
Press
Don't
Argo
worry,
now.
you'll be doing the college student ramen soon.
Nah. I can buy more Wolverines.
You want to send money to your family?
Actually, I just found
send
the
shit to your
I-
family or buy
found-
another Wolverine.
I found the measuring tool. It's exactly 2,054 mile. Well, 2,054.16 miles. So yeah, we'll say it's gonna be by ship, so it's a little cheaper, so that we don't actually go through all that land and stuff. But yeah, 40 gold, please, if you kindly, sir.
Yeah, I already took that in my inventory.
You set down your pouch of gold, more gold than most people see in their lifetimes, and just flop right on his desk. Just send that tiny little letter to out there.
Yeah, but my mom's gonna send a letter back and it's gonna have, like, a Wolverine in it somehow.
Hey, who knows? Moms are tricky like that.
Is your mum
Oh,
an animal
trust me.
trafficker?
I know. Torma's mom knows some tricks.
Oh yeah, she does. Too bad you
I've
don't.
never seen a wine glass do that.
But you've never seen them
Anyway.
in person. So hey, no matter, I'll roll a d3. It could, if it rolls on Evelyn, it might be different. But if it rolls on like Torma or Cynthia, then it's gonna be like a
Whoa!
group thing.
I need to let you all know something very, very, very important, right? You know that we're all gremlins and that we're all lazy.
Yeah?
We're getting a Gudetama series on Netflix.
Hey Evelyn,
Sorry, carry on.
Yes.
you wake up, love.
Oh, it's me. Hello. That's
Yes.
First thing I do, Evelyn just wakes up, she, stands up she gets out of her bed. She just, takes a deep breath and thinks, today's going to be stressful. I can feel it. She's gonna, she's gonna take like, like a rat or something, feed her snakes, and then, go over to the window and smoke. And that's what that 23 is that I rolled earlier.
You smoke so hard. You smoke 23 cigarettes.
Actually, I imagine it's like smoking, but doing like cool smoke tricks.
Yeah.
You see, like
Gandalf?
yeah, I guess like anyone seeing from the window probably would see like these like smoke shapes just floating by. So I
Yeah.
imagine when the rest of you wake up and look out and see the window, you'll see rad shapes.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
is that a unicorn?
Red
Yeah.
shape.
So, you're feeding your snakes. They take, they take very well to it. They're very excited when they eat. Of course, if you keep them together, they're fighting over food, but of course, you keep them separated. It's very easy to feed them. And, they have a mouse-shaped, bulge in their stomachs now. And they all
Aw.
seem very happy and content. It's been strange. Normally, that mysterious stranger, Green, would usually come by and ask to milk your snakes every day. But now that you found out who Green was, he's never come back.
It's been a mixture of, oh, thank God I don't have to deal with that awkward situation. And also, she kind of knows that her snakes did really like him and miss him a little bit.
Yeah, and with the constant milking, he made sure that their glands were healthy, that there was no buildup. He took good care of them. He even brought some like food for you and money in exchange for letting them, collect their poison for hunts.
Yeah, like she feels she wants it's a conflict for her. She wants to talk to him and kind of go back to that routine, but at the same time she knows and it's very awkward and weird to just try and suddenly go back to that. So, she would be doing the milking instead, which I know I can because I we set that up so I can.
Yeah. So go ahead, sure.
It's a handle animal check.
Yep, and since they know that one trick, because they have less than 3 int, it's like handle animal 10, I think.
I rolled a 2.
Not
Oh,
I'm so
boy,
sad.
baby.
She gets
Let's-
bit.
I know, it's great. Hold on.
Yeah. She's she's trying to milk them, but the thoughts of like the situation is like distracting her usual calm focus when she does this, and she ends up getting like bit by like the youngest, Lucy.
Let's see here.
Or honestly, you could roll for either of her snakes because I named all of them.
Yeah, you could roll for all of them if you want.
I'll roll for each one. See how many bites I get.
Nom,
So there's
nom,
6
nom.
snakes. So that was Lucy. This will be Jenny, and then yeah.
Nat 20, you die.
No, it'd be Nat 1, I die.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Jenny also
DC.
bites me.
No, DC 10 does it, but if you fail by less than 5, you fail to milk any venom, but you don't suffer any ill effects. 5 or more, and you do. So unless you roll a 5, 6, 7, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're not actually gonna get bit.
Okay, so I got bit by Lucy though.
Yeah, Lucy bit you, but you got a few more snakes.
Yeah, Jenny didn't have any venom, so now it's Martin.
I'm really
she is-
tired of the beginning. Thank you, Ruka.
There's so, Martin. I get some out of him. So Martin, this will be Frillian, then Nepper, and Val.
So yeah, so you get 4 doses of viper venom. One of them doesn't produce any milk, and the other one, sinks its teeth into your hand.
Yeah, that's right. Martin doesn't freaking. Martin's a boy. No, it's Val that's a boy. Val doesn't give me any. I think.
So
I'm trying to remember which one.
It automatically hits, so it's going to deal a D2 minus 2 damage.
Nah.
Minimum 1 damage, so take that
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, as she winces in pain.
And then you make me a fortitude save against its damage, against the venom.
As soon as things stop freezing. Alright, so that's HP down. And then fortitude. Slowly going. You're gonna have to wait a bit. She's definitely gonna leave Lucy at home today. Since she usually brings one of them with her just to, get them fresh air. Lucy's staying home because she bit her.
Oh,
and I'm
no. Okay, this is
Oh,
actually kind
no.
of bad. Alright, so first, you take poison damage, because we're using Unchained Poison rules. So poison damage is the poison's DC minus 10 divided by 2. Viper Venom is only, 9, so that's, -1 divided by 2. But of course, it's minimum 1 damage. It's always minimum 1 damage. You take another point of damage, and the Viper Venom itself deals a D2 of con damage.
Oh, no.
So roll me a D2 and see how much con damage you take.
Hold on, let me tick down.
Please don't die via
Okay,
your own
s-
snakes.
So you don't actually have any con damage yet, because of course it's with damage it takes 2 to actually decrease your ability to score modifiers. With drain it affects the actual score itself. So she's fine right now, but you are weakened on the Constitution poison track. A character whose health is weakened by Constitution poison takes a -2 penalty in all Fortitude saves and Constitution checks. And of course, every time you attempt a Fortitude against a poison, whether you succeed or fail, you take the damage just like you did on initial exposure. So you have you got affected by it. You now have 6 rounds of poison. So roll me another Fortitude save.
This doesn't bode well for this session.
Listen, it's fine. This is the risk of having snakes, and I agreed to this.
Okay, so even with the -2, that does pass just barely.
Hey.
But yeah, yeah, you still have that 1 poison damage. So how this works with like progression and end states and like healing up from this kind of stuff, you know, you're gonna have that effect for a while, which of course is the -2 on all Fortitude saves and all Constitution checks while you are weakened. Let's see. Whenever you feel an affliction, okay, here you go. Let's see. If she's infected with a disease, she moves 1 step back towards healthy whenever she fulfills the conditions of the cure entry, usually so by succeeding 1 or more saves. Once she's healthy, she is cured. Poison works differently. Fulfilling the cure condition removes a poison from the victim's system, but it remains on the same step on the track and recovers gradually. Treat a poison that has exhausted its duration in the same way. For every day of bed rest or 2 nights of normal rest, you recover 1 step. And this is recovery rate is doubled by a heal check. So if you just spend 2 days adventuring, you'll heal back up the recovery track. But if you spend like the full day in bed and just don't leave, you'll get rid of the weakened condition that you have now. But yeah, that poison took a toll on you. You feel sluggish, you feel awful, your hands inflamed.
I forgot that I can make an auto hypnosis check. Because auto hypnosis, get my things freezing. I can resist the effect of any standard poison. Every time I make a saving throw against a poison, I can make an auto hypnosis check. If I exceed the DC of the poison, I receive a +4 confidence bonus to the saving throw.
Alright, tolerate poison. Let's see.
It would have, so like, I forgot about it for this throw. I made it anyway, but like any consecutive poison throws and stuff for this poison, if I succeed the DC with auto hypnosis, then I get a +4 confidence bonus.
Alright, so you have auto hypnosis for like ignore caltrops, memorize, resist dying, willpower, all that stuff. Okay. So yeah, next time you do it, you can either roll a 4 or you can just roll like, an auto hypnosis. But remember, it doesn't just stop you from doing it, it just gives you a +4 competence bonus on the saving throw against the poison.
Yeah.
Plus, it doesn't have an effect on the initial saving throw against poison. So you actually have to get poisoned before you actually can use that.
That's why I said it would have been useful for the second one, but I forgot.
Yeah.
But, I passed anyway. Yeah, so, she, Lucy bites her because she got really distracted during the thing, thinking about the situation, and, it hurt. She could feel the poison and such, and she just... It's one of those weird things where it's like, this hurts so much, but man, if this hurts me so much, imagine how everybody else would react if they got to feel this. How would Torma react to being poisoned like this? How would the bear react? And, she immediately grabs for her beaded bracelet and, snaps it 4 times against her wrist to pull her from those thoughts as she, grabs for the bandages, cleans off the wound and, wraps up her hand and, finishes off with the rest of the snakes.
And your best friend, Valdus, used these snakes' poison very often.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what he coated his blade with back in the festival.
And so she has 4 doses of the poison. She thinks a bit like, should I give this to him? He's coming with us on the hunt today, right?
This is true.
The thought going through her head is she, opens up the door to, making sure she's in, proper attire for heading out. As she, creeps down the stairs to see if Valdis is there. Because she doesn't want, and, also considered, should I just wear really long gloves? I don't really want to be questioned about why my hand is bandaged up, but decides against it. She's, want to roll a stealth check? Don't mind me.
As you stealth down the stairs, we'll get back to you in a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna do stealth and perception, see if I spot him.
Cynthia, my love.
I forgot that I have a -3
Hi.
stealth.
You know, you feel pretty good. You didn't drink too heavy last night. In fact, this was a wonderful wonderful night of sleep. You slept with a full belly, stomach full of wine. You're in a very cozy bed. These covers are really soft. They're very fluffy, in fact. Pelts of all different kinds, from sabers to bears to the likes. And it's just it kept you incredibly warm. The pillows are all nice and fluffed up. I imagine you pull your like the covers in closer and get all nice and snug.
I'm just like, yeah.
Warm.
I just like without a care in the world. I'm in an unfamiliar bed, but I'm really cozy. So I'm just like I'm rolling over, like making myself home, like
Just making some noise.
yeah.
And I guess that's what would wake you up, Torma, as you hear.
Just that's just kind of peeks an
Yeah.
eye open in his dragon form, just looking around like, yeah.
Yeah, as you look around, you see the very familiar sights described last time. The pelts hanging around the room, the prized animals, the bookshelf full of, stuff, various alchemical regents kind of dangling around. And of course, it's kind of hard to look around because you're kind of stuck between the very thin arms of Valdis, who has you kind of like curled up on his chest like a cat would be, kind of snuggled to his chest, and he seems to be still sleeping, and his segmented tail is kind of residing on your back, and the stinger just resting near you, kind of twitching whenever he breathes.
Oh, I'm very comfortable here. I'm gonna stay here.
Wheeze.
I'm just gonna lay back down, get comfortable, and wait for the third member in the room to wake up.
As like they're thinking about that, like maybe I should just wait. I'm still like in my sleep, like sort of snorted a bit in my sleep, like.
The snorting eventually kind of like does get a wince from Valdis. He's not used to all this noise. He kind of squints his eyes a little bit, kind of raises an arm up, starts like rubbing his nose with the back of his hand. Makes a face. Starts scratching his chin, scratching his neck, kind of itchy. He was laying against wood all night, but he does eventually, slowly open up his eyes. To look over to Cynthia Snorton.
Martin Coke.
Yeah. And then, of course, look down to Torma.
Who's just comfortably resting in his arms.
Valdis, smiles just a little bit. It's a very comforting smile, as he will very gently kind of move Torma into, like, his left arm, and slowly start to stand up. Kind of like you would kind of, like...
Pick up a cat.
Yeah, pick up a cat, curled up in his elbow.
Like scruff of the neck.
No, not pick up by the scruff of the neck, just curled up in the elbow, so that way they can still lay down all comfy, but like the opposite of how you would hold an infant,
Okay.
On belly, all wrapped up. Yeah. And
Can
he-
I make a roll to see if I fall out of the bed or not while I'm tossing and turning?
sure, roll me a d20.
Yeah.
Yes, so hard.
So I'm like getting that comfy and stuff, and like wrapping myself up, and all you hear now is just sudden. But I don't wake. I'm just a heavy sleeper.
Valdis just looking down at this woman, confused how she's even still alive.
What the fuck?
You know, he'll move up next to her, gently start like nudging her side with his foot.
And it's the small nudge where she's like, ah.
Wave, wave.
Sorry, I was just having a bite of a dough ball.
A cream puff, you mean?
Oh, my bad. Cream puff, cream puff. So like, I assume I went to sleep mostly clothed, but I'll have like, straps falling down my shoulders and stuff. So the blankets that came down as I fell off the bed, I'm like scrambling to like hold them up to my chest, and I'm like,
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, for the
Just
most
kinda
part.
waves.
Yeah, for the most part, Valdez didn't unclothe you all the way. He just took off stuff like armor pieces, some pieces of leather that you might have worn after the combat with the ogre. He kept anything like underneath on, so any like casual clothes you may have worn underneath your armor. But he waves with Torma as you shyly kind of try to cover yourself. He gives you a genuine smile. One of his very rare few ones.
Just to sort of dick tease Torma, like as I'm like scrambling to get changed and stuff. Like the way that she leans and the way that she's like trying to cover herself, it's like in anime where they sort of press their
Oh,
boobs
no.
together and they get like big cleave, and it's like I'm sorry. Also, you have a very
is
handsome
staring.
smile.
Just good morning.
And this is where I'll just look up and I'll be like, can I have some help, please?
Valdez nods as he'll set Torma down on the foot of the bed before extending a hand down to Cynthia to help pick her up.
I gladly reach for his hand, and I get to my feet, and I'll sort of like pat myself and dust myself off, and I'm blushing incredibly hard.
Don't
I'm like,
worry,
I'm
don't worry.
sorry.
I got you covered. Valdez does something very fancy,
Ooh.
because you do got the covers on you. As he helps pick you up onto your feet, he actually pulls you up closer towards him, so he can reach behind you and he clasps the covers together. So that way it squeezes your form a little bit and doesn't fall down. And he balls it up before holding the balled up cloth to you. So that way you can grab it and not have to worry about it slipping down.
How close are we to each other?
I would say he pulled you about chest to chest.
Okay.
And I only say chest to chest because you got massive freaking knockers and it's hard to get actually close without being chest to chest.
So, two questions. Two things, two statements. Number
Sure.
one, Cynthia is gonna go like bright red to the point where the tips of her ears are like, getting like bright pink. Is Valdis like embarrassed at all because of the chest to chest touching?
He doesn't seem to notice anything that he's doing, in fact. His eyes are actually glancing past you onto the covers, and he has that same kind of caring smile he did when he was holding Torma. But otherwise, he doesn't seem to have any kind of noticeable embarrassment.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look away. I'm just gonna say, thank you. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. And I'm slowly regaining my regaining my posture, and I step back and I do like a little bow because I'm still, a little noble on the inside. I have my poshness on the inside, and as I do a bow, Toma might get like a little look, and it's like, yeah. What is he in dragon form or human form?
He's in dragon form.
Can I like lightly nudge him with my foot as if to say bad Toma?
He's you're the one above me.
And it's like, but you're the one being a pervert.
I'm not being a pervert.
You are. Bugman, would you like me to take this little lizard out?
Valdez shakes his head and, kind of gives a dismissive hand wave. As you watch, he, kind of leaves you two to your soft bickering. He kind of has his, face in his hand and he's, cracking a grin.
I want to pick Toma up by the scruff of his neck and just, have a staring contest with him and just call him, pervert.
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
nothing. You're the one who bowed under me.
You're the pervert, and we're just constantly bickering back and forth while I'm holding him
Yeah.
by the scruff of his neck.
Yeah, Valdez puts on his little outfit, his little green overcoat and his little wooden mask.
And then I just turn to him and I'm like, why do you keep covering yourself? You're really handsome.
Isn't he?
Shut up. Anyway.
If there's a reaction, you do not see, but he does go over to the desk, and you see he goes through a few of he collects a small stack of mini papers,
Oh.
for the less educated, they're also called notepads, and he kind of flips through them as he pulls to one that seems to be fairly used, as he holds up the phrase "bad luck." Hold up another one, omen. Another one, not light.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'm no longer holding him by the scruff of his neck. I'm holding Toma. Misty holds Togepi. Just to her chest, and then I just smile. I smile at Valdis, and I'm like, well, it's a good thing I'm really lucky then. And I just give him a smile. And then
Again,
I'll say, come on, Gecko.
if there's another reaction, you can't really tell because of the
Mhm.
mask. But he does flip through his cards as he holds up another one that says breakfast.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say, yep, that sounds like a good idea. Come on, Gecko.
And he's just transforming back to his human form it's Torma.
And as he's transforming, I just drop it. When you drop a cat and they land on all fours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got Toma and he does a Spider-Man landing. He gets up
It's Torma.
Oh, Tortilla.
Tor.
Tor.
Ma.
Ma.
Torma.
Tortilla.
I feel like you're doing this on purpose.
Maybe I am, maybe I aren't. Well, do you flirt with the women by accident?
Is this you flirting?
Nope.
Oh, this is
This
you
is me doing
flirting, isn't it?
This is me doing something on purpose.
Flirted with.
I
Oh,
would
you
never
flatter
flirt with
me,
you.
Cynthia.
No,
You
I would never
flatter
flirt with
me.
you.
So
You
hey,
bother these
Evelyn,
women,
you
please.
hear these people arguing as they're all stomping down the stairs to go get breakfast with you?
And, I imagine Evelyn, after scouting about a little bit, seeing Valdez isn't here, ordered some breakfast and is already eating. And then, she hears them coming down and, hears the arguing and she just has this, face of it's going to be a long day and God, I wish I could. God, I already need another smoke.
Hey, Peach, would you return from the Mercantile League to go get breakfast, or would you still be doing other things?
I would imagine that he would probably the hunt's today, right?
Yeah.
Maybe go practice his aim a bit in the woods, try and sharpen up and make sure that he's on point for the hunt.
Yeah, sure, my dude. Which, by the way, if you're tired, we don't have to keep going. I understand.
Oh yeah, by the way, I DM'd already. You guys didn't know. It's been so long since I spoke, and it's nobody's fault, but I nodded off twice.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you want, we can I can keep going and we can just keep Peach as NPC, but I don't have to force you awake
Yeah,
if you.
yeah, Ryan, go sleep.
If you need to go to
sweetie.
Betty Bo's sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, you won't be missing much.
Don't
It's
Like
fine.
worry.
you know, if Toma's mum is around, I will flirt the hell with her for you. You know.
You're right. The only objective I have in this entire campaign is to fuck Torma's mother.
Exactly.
Don't
and
worry.
I, and I've
After
got
you
you.
defeat the final boss, I'll let you bang Belle.
No, it
That's
has
the
to be
end
done.
game.
The only question is, can you survive till then?
Yes.
I
With
promised
that
if
on
you
the line.
if you get to the end, if you defeat the final boss, I will let you bone Belle until your balls drop.
No. I marry Belle or no deal.
That
You get a date.
that's a stretch.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's a maybe.
What about a
A
date?
date.
A date depends on if you defeat the final boss, I'll let you boner. Romance or throughout the campaign, maybe one date.
Ooh. Change of narrative. Boss bitch energy. She proposes to him.
God dang! Plot
Don't worry
twist.
about that. Don't worry about that. It's fine.
Boss bitch energy. She proposes to him. Let's go.
Here,
But yeah.
Peach, I've been
Yeah.
up for far too long.
But yeah,
Yeah, go-
sweetie,
sorry
go
to do
sleep.
this to you
It's
guys.
Yeah,
okay, honey.
you're fine. Like I said, we won't be doing too much. It's just a hunt today.
Okay. Feel free to use scribbles. Okay, goodbye.
Of course.
Good night.
But yeah, we will have Peach come back to go join you all for breakfast. Evelyn, you see Cynthia, Torma, and Valdez come in. You know, Cynthia and Torma are arguing about perverts or something. Valdez, of course, by instinct, just takes a seat as far away from you as possible.
Yeah, she doesn't even she doesn't look directly at them. Like she glances at them from the corner of her eyes. She's eating with because she would have gotten bit on her dominant hand, so she's using that hand to eat with.
Mhm. I'm running over to you, just Evelyn. You
Yes.
flirted with.
Oh, congratulations!
I told you I did not flirt with you. I was being
You
inconsiderate.
did flirt with me.
No.
You said it yourself. You flirted with me.
No, I said, and I quote, I said when you flirt with women, is that on purpose or by accident? To prove that I was annoying you and misnaming you on purpose.
So you admit it.
I do not want to flirt with you. I do not see you that way.
Yes, ma'am, I would like 2 sausages, an egg, and a piece of toast.
Careful,
I just imagine
Evelyn,
it's
the
them
Torma
sliding that
train
in-
might be going to the next stop soon.
Wait,
Just
what?
teasing.
What do you say?
Just careful, you might miss your chance.
Evelyn just staring blankly at him. She's like, "Oh, woe is me! How could I possibly?" I'm not even going to try. Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine missing the train. I have a thing called legs.
What is a train?
She just looks at she has no idea what the frick a train is. She just assumes it's some kind of transportation.
I'm just crossing my arms and I'm going to say, I would never, ever bring anything like you back home with me. I will kick you next time you're a dragon.
I thought you liked my dragon form.
I will kick you.
Now, what did I ever do? Flirt with you.
Exactly, you flirted with me and I don't want you to!
Well, I can possibly see why not.
would. Mm.
No, it's only the morning, and you sound like you need a drink. So Evelyn just munching on some more food. I can relate. I already want another smoke.
What do I roll to see if I notice Evelyn's thingy?
Oh, Evelyn's hand. You can
Yeah.
just notice it. It's not like she's particularly trying to hide it.
Okay.
She stopped caring.
Okay. So, I know, even though I'm a bit ditzy, I do keep an eye out for some things, and I noticed that Evelyn's movements are not as fluid as they usually are. So what I do is I sort of slide a note to her saying, "Are you okay?" And then I point to my own hand and then like look at hers.
And she, opens up the note with, her good hand, looks at it, looks at you, and she's like, "You can just ask me with words. It's not that bad. I just got poisoned, is all."
Just got poisoned?
Yes, Lucy bit me, and, well, I guess I'm not super used to milking her as usual. It's just a little bit of poison, is all. It's not that bad.
Do you have any antidotes?
Of course not.
Is what's her name in charge of the red? Is it the Red Dragon? Is her name Mako?
The red rest, yeah, Mako.
Yeah,
Mako.
Meredith Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. Is she around? Can I shout her and be like, Mako?
Yeah, one serving breakfast, all of you.
Okay. I'll shout and be like, Mako. I know this is a really big ask, but do you have any antidotes in the back?
Well, she'll look over to Evelyn, cross her arms. She looks down at the little bite mark herself.
Yeah, the bandaged hand.
Yeah. And she'll ask, do you feel like it's getting any worse?
Like, no, I kicked it. No, I kicked it before it could get any worse. I'm just going to be a little weak today, so.
I'm going to be stubborn. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Evelyn, but no. Mako, can we please have the antidote? I will pay you. We're going on a hunting trip today, and I don't want her to get hurt.
It's not that you need the antidote. Anti-venom that is supplied in town is for poisons that are still active within the body. If she doesn't feel any worse, that means the venom's already run its course and did its thing. Though there is no
to make it better.
Yes. While there is no mundane means to do so, if you could find someone of divine casting, perhaps a cleric, they could use some magic to make her feel better.
Do you think Daddy Xantus could help?
Daddy Santos.
He just looks at
She gives you a weird look.
Yeah, Evelyn also gives a weird look.
What I'll do.
Sorry.
Valdez you see the mask just staring at you.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Like, keep in mind, when he wears the mask, you don't see his eyes. They're just black voids. So
You can tell he's raising his eyebrows.
So while they're like staring at each other, I'm gonna go full stubborn mode, and I'm going to take Evelyn by her non-dominant hand, and I'm going to say, "Come on, we're gonna get that looked at."
Like, it's like, I'm fine, and I'm still eating.
Well, then we can bring your food. Come on, I don't want you to get hurt, please.
Valdez will put a hand up, as he'll stand up.
Valdez, could you please grab her food?
He shakes his head as he just, goes through his little cards and just tells them one moment, and he'll leave.
And she just sighs and is just, look, I've been dealing with my snakes for years. I've had this happen plenty of times before.
Does it really matter if you've had it happen many times?
Happen, you need to get it looked at, please. We're going hunting. We don't know what we're up against, and I don't want you to get hurt. Please. And I'm just like pleading with her.
Yeah, she just gives an exasperated sigh. It's like, fine, we'll see him later. I still want to eat my food. I'm not moving from the spot until I'm done.
And then I'm just gonna like sigh. I'm gonna pout, cross my arms. I'll be like, fine, just make sure you eat a lot. I want to make sure you're nice and full for this trip, please. Do you want anything from my plate? And I just start like sort of being a mother, like checking that she's fed properly, that she's had enough.
She's eating funny and stuff, and she has, she has like Martin with her because, he didn't bite her. She's kind of vibing out in her hair.
And I've not met this one yet, have I? So I could be like,
nope, you've only met
God.
Lucy.
I'll say, oh hi, what's your name?
That's Martin.
Is he friendly?
And he's a cobra, depending on how friendly you want to assume that is.
Does he bite?
Of course he bites. Good snake doesn't.
You know what? You have a good point. May I pet him or at least say hi to him?
You can pet him as long as you're careful.
Okay, I am going to I'm going to slowly reach a hand out. Should I roll for animal handling or
Martin's
is-
friendly. She's being kind of like fun. She's being a jokester.
Okay. Or is he still in your hair? Am I just
Yeah,
petting the snake in your hair?
Yeah, he's got his head poked out.
I'm gonna boop his snoot and then like give him like little baby head scritches.
Yeah, he likes
And just-
scritches.
And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. We're gonna be working together for a long time. I'm
Well-
Cynthia.
But at least for today, I like to change which snakes I bring out. If I don't get them some fresh air, they tend to get cranky.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I can relate to that.
Today will be Martin. Tomorrow, who knows? It likely will be one of my other snakes.
I want to meet them all. You're very interesting.
For the fact that I own snakes.
In general, you look pretty. You're very interesting. You've got a lot of responsibility, and you're always on your own. But not anymore. I'm here.
I actually quite like being alone sometimes. The peace of being by myself is very refreshing.
Why do I feel like you're looking at me?
I'm looking at both of you.
That's understandable. I just want you to know that you shouldn't always shoulder everything on your own. Okay?
I'm not shouldering everything on my own. I'm a
Mhm.
god, so I at least understand that sometimes you need help. Not that one person doesn't make an arm.
Mm.
But
So-
I have Lucy, which is the one you saw yesterday. There's
Mhm.
Jenny, Martin, and she points to the one in her hair. There's Fillion, there's Nepo, and then there's Val.
Bow, as in a bow bun.
No, Val.
Oh, I thought you said bow. I was like, oh, bow.
Nope,
I'm probably
accent.
gonna call him bow.
Yeah, just call him Bao.
Bow.
Bound and rebound.
Val is my oldest snake. I got him when I first came in.
Ah. Question: what do we have for breakfast? Do I have anything I can feed Martin, like a little crumb or something?
I think you could probably feed him
Is that a
meat.
cat noise?
It's whatever food
have
you
cat.
want.
Okay, so I have obviously I
She
have
custom
Pringles.
makes your breakfast, and there's a lot of maids. They're typically like older halfling ladies that help her around. But you want sausage, pancakes, scrambled eggs of any variety.
The breakfast
Anything.
from Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes, you could have that if you really want. After all,
Yeah.
you do stay here and eat here free for a week.
Yeah, I am going to cut up a little bit of bacon. I'm gonna say to Evelyn, do you mind if I feed him a bit?
No, he ate today. I fed him a nice juicy rat earlier. But if he's still hungry, you're free to feed him.
I'll put a little bit on the end of my fork and I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up to Martin and I'll say, here you go, it's okay. It's delicious. And he'll probably like have a sniff.
Yeah, you know,
I'm
Martin has a
so
little
jealous of the snake.
Because the snake is being dosed on more than you are right now.
When am I ever
He's also
dosed on?
cuter as well. Gecko.
And, it's about this time, after a couple minutes of chit chat, that you see Valis walk back through the door.
And Evelyn, immediately keeping her eyes glued to her plate.
And, you kind of feel the mask boring into your back for a little bit.
Can I head
Yeah.
pat Evelyn while simultaneously like patting Marvin? So it's like 2 for 1.
Well, if you pat Marvin, if you slightly push his head down, then yeah, you pat both at the same time.
Well,
But,
that's something like when Valdis comes in, you probably like hides. So if like Martin hides, I like simultaneously pat him
Mar-
and you.
Martin really likes Val. All our snakes really like Valdis, so Martin would immediately poke out more to see him.
Does
Okay.
that run?
Yeah.
So
Martin
you're
wants to be
just-
held by Valdis.
So you're just like head down, trying not to get any like any attention.
And
Meanwhile,
then Martin's head up. Just
Just
extend.
Friend?
But, yeah, as he's staring at you, you do hear him starting to walk towards you. You can hear the click of his shoes until he's right there behind you.
And she's like eating slower than before.
And he slowly reaches into his little cloak, takes out a little bottle, and he sets it right beside your plate before walking back to his table.
And she'll, look at the bottle, pick it up.
You can tell it's his handwriting, having grown up with him, but it says a potion of lesser restoration.
Aw. And she'll look at him a little bit, and then she'll, dig in her bag and take out the, doses of venom she got. See, I see her just take out some vials of poison,
As you do.
and she'll just like bar slide them over to Valdis.
Roll me a dexterity check,
Okay.
or
Uh-oh.
acrobatics, or sleight of hand. Which one's better?
Uh-oh.
They just slide right off the counter.
Hmm.
And
I
then
should-
burn a hole on the
See.
ground. I want.
Can
I
I
want
ask
to
one of
know.
them instead to take it instead then?
Are you sure you don't want to slide it?
I swear to God, I have a -3.
Come on.
Okay.
No,
Do it.
no,
You
no,
said
no,
you
no,
would.
no. I
No.
didn't look at
Come
my
on.
stuff. I don't
Come on.
wanna.
I don't care.
wanna.
Roll it.
No,
Come on.
please, honey,
Do it.
No.
please,
Do it.
let me, please,
Do
come
it.
on.
Do
I
it,
Can't
don't,
make
I
her-
don't want to
No.
break them. I don't want to break them.
Roll.
I don't want to break them though.
Who knows? You won't know till you roll.
I don't
Roll.
want to know.
I'll go into your sheet and I'll roll for you.
Please don't. I'm begging you.
Yeah, he might not even break. Just roll.
I don't want to. I want to give it to him intact, and
Come on.
I don't want to roll anymore. I don't want to
Go-
roll it.
Do it.
I don't want to.
Right. Trust me. Do it. I've got your back. Trust me. I've got your back.
I'm more worried now. This man keeps sucking up my luck.
I have literally no reason to suck up your luck at this moment.
How do I know?
Zeno, thank you so much for subscribing.
I'll slide 1, okay?
Fine. I'll compromise with you on that. See, I told you, you're fine. It's just you don't even have a negative.
This because I rolled dex and not like acrobatics. All those
Yeah.
other things have freaking -3 to them.
Yeah, I told you, just roll your best one. So yeah, you slide it across the table just fine, G.
Hold up.
I
Valdis
get
has to
worried,
roll.
okay?
Hold up. Valdis has to roll to catch it.
You're right.
I get worried about my rolls, okay?
Valdis has to roll to catch it. Please be an @1. Please be an @1.
Nah,
Oh.
you know, you slide it down there, he looks at it. I mean, it's pretty audible, it's glass sliding against wood. So he just kind of reaches a hand out, puts his hand on it. He looks at it for a little bit.
Yeah, she puts her own little tags on it of which snakes they came from.
He looks at it, looks back to her for a bit.
Yeah, she
I want you to know
He's
while
meeting
this
his
is all
gaze.
happening. I want you to know while this is all happening, Martin is still getting chin scritches.
Yeah. He isn't looking at him like directly, but I imagine he would notice her glance at him as she, pops open the potion of lesser restoration to sip.
Yeah, he looks at it, and he's staring long and hard at this poison for a little bit.
If we get close enough, can I have a snake in my booba?
If you ask, she'll put the snake in your booba, but no guarantee the snake will want to be there.
I will keep that in mind.
Oh no.
Valdis, puts it down for a little bit, and he just kind of scarfs down what little food he had left for getting up. But he does get up, and he puts down like a card that says "Hunt," to let you know where he's going. But as he walks back by, you feel those same eyes staring into Evelyn. Now, not the same intensity as before, but you do hear the faint sound of the clinking of glass and something being laid right next to you before he heads out.
He looks at what he laid.
It's the vial of poison.
Ow. Thank you.
Ow.
Ow, he gave them back.
And
I'm not sure if that's an insult or a compliment.
this is where I put a finger up to Toma, and I'm like, no, it just means he wants to help you.
Evelyn.
You don't need to give to receive,
Evelyn, your heart, it hurts.
Yeah, she just looks at the poisons and just, she takes them, puts them back in her bag, and she's like, I'll take it as an insult.
You
And
don't need to give to receive, though.
And she's like, yeah, she just turns, just like, I was like, I always give. It's like I'm always giving him poisons for his blades, like the hunter.
Well, maybe he has enough. You have so many snakes. Look, just accept the help.
The poisons only last a day.
You have enough snakes. It's fine. You have enough snakes. He probably has enough poisons. Don't overthink it. He just wants to help you.
Evelyn internally, this is terrible. He doesn't see. I knew it. That he doesn't like me anymore. The relationship is ruined. We can't go back to it. It's over.
There's no going back. Go fuck.
There's no going back. She's gonna just.
Meanwhile, Cynthia's like about that.
As far as Evelyn can believe now, like with that, giving them back, it's like, yeah, he doesn't like me anymore. He was just doing this to be nice. Now that I recognize who he is, he doesn't want to associate with me at all. Yeah, she's just gonna
Who
get up.
knows?
Yeah, so it took the lesser restoration, so heal my damage.
Yeah, you heal your damage. You're no longer poisoned.
Yeah. She's just like, and she just gets us like, and she's already dressed up and ready for the hunt. She's like, I'm ready
I have
for
a
the hunt."
question. Where is Valdis right now? Can I chase after him? Just me and him.
Yeah, he walked out. If you want to chase after him, he's not too far away from the door.
I want to chase Valdis. I want to chase
Right.
Valdis.
So you just
And-
it's pretty easy. He's a fairly tall guy in like a giant green like cloak
Yeah.
with like a weird antler mask.
Yeah.
In like a town of like regular people. Man looking like the what was this the freaking owl
Fairies?
dude from Owl House?
My dude
Oh,
looking like
Udi?
a strange version
What
of
woman?
fucking Robin Hood.
Udi?
Oh yeah.
Big
no.
necked owl?
No. In like Owl House the villain. Okay, I'll
Oh,
find
That's a lot of
General,
points.
the big guy, the one that got stabbed. Yeah,
the Lich.
yeah, the Lich Man. And
Also-
I imagine, freaking, it's just me going to use the poisons, one of the poison balls to coat my arrow shots and such, and just encouraging Forma to go freaking, Emperor Bellos.
Yeah, Emperor Bellos.
And she's just encouraging Torma, yeah, go get ready. We'll be heading out in a minute.
He's just, well, I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, so I guess we can head out and just start slowly making our way towards where Foxglove is.
Meanwhile, I'm just like running, and I'm like, "Hey, bug boy, wait."
I mean, he wasn't running off. Like he was pretty much right outside the door. The fact that you're exhausted after that little running,
It's so
This is
funny.
yeah, it's worrying to him. But you know, he's turned to look at you.
And that's when I'll stand up, and I'll get rid of the dramatics, and I'll say, "What you did for Eve, was that intentional? Do you care for her?"
Asking the mute man deep philosophical questions. I see.
I mean, you can nod yes or no.
Yeah, I'll look him and I'll say, "Look, I know it's a lot, but do you care for her? Yes or no?"
Of course, there's silence. You know, people are walking past you. The sun is shining overhead. You know, and you're just staring at that mask, and the mask is staring at you.
Can I like is there like a local store beside us?
There's like several general stores and taverns and the like.
Can I like ask one of the closest like stores or whatever if they have like a bit of paper and something to write with?
Don't worry. He doesn't take that long. It's just dramatics. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But after a bit, he shakes his head.
Well, I just want you to know that I believe in loving freely, and I want you to know that around me you're in a safe space to love and to protect whomever you want to love and protect. And I will be beside you every step of the way, unless your name is Toma.
Fuck off.
I want to like clasp both of his hands together, and I'll say, whatever it takes, I will help fight with you. I'll be in your corner, okay? You don't need to be scared. I'll be in your corner.
Snook in the chat says, "Take care of Scribbles." We will. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love you, Snoog. But, Valdis just looks at his hands and he looks back to you, Cynthia. And again, there's not much that he can really say or do, but, his hands do slowly pull from yours and back into his cloak as he looks to the tavern entrance before thinking on it. And, he puts his hand back into his cloak and he starts, fishing around for something. And he will pull out a small little, pouch.
Oh.
And he opens it and shows you the internals, and it's stuff like marbles, Tic Tacs, like weird little drawings, even like super like small things. And he pulls out it's a fairly low cost portrait, and he shows you the portrait, because it's not painted, but it's
Like sort
worn.
of sketched and
Yes.
scribbled.
Yeah, scratched and scribbled, but still professional level. It's torn, it's worn, it's been bent, folded. There's like a coffee stain on the side. But you see a very young looking boy with a scorpion tail alongside a very familiar looking girl.
Baby.
Aww.
And the two look very peculiarly happy. Yeah.
Aww. I'll look at that, and then I'll look at Valdis and I'll say, whatever happened between you two, I will always be beside both you and Evelyn. All I care about is that you're both happy and it's something that you both want. I'm always in your corner.
He nods as he gives one last little look to the picture, before he starts folding it up. And instead of putting it back into the bag, he puts it into your palm and closes your hand before making his way off again.
Oh, this actually makes me happy. Oh, I'm giddy. So I'll hold it. I'll hold it to my chest and I'll say, I understand this is really important to you, so I will protect this with my whole being, and I will make sure Evelyn understands your feelings. I'm playing Cupid.
This is an asexual man.
Valdis has somehow romantically and or sexually seduced several people today.
Several as in two.
Hey, listen, all right. He could have seduced Evelyn. He seduced Evelyn romantically, and she just doesn't know it yet. All right.
And it was just a misunderstanding between us.
Yeah, it's very hard to describe what he feels because Evelyn's kind of described it already. That you haven't talked for a really long time, and he doesn't feel comfortable talking to her because, you can roll sense motive to get hunches on situations and tell
by
if
the
people are
way,
lying and stuff.
Can I quickly go back to the inn, to get my armor on and stuff, and
Yeah,
then put the paper, between my normal clothes and the armor, just sort of to my chest, because it's it's something that I'm really passionate about. You know what I mean? I will keep that bargain, and I will protect it with my life and such.
I get you. But unless anyone has anything special to do, everyone, including Peach and Scribbles, will meet up at Town Square to go join Alden Foxglove.
You get there first before
Daddy's money,
Drama.
daddy's money, daddy's money, daddy's money. It's a sugar daddy.
My stomach is feeling a lot better. I got over my mild case of food poisoning. Fun fact, don't eat salad after the day you get it. It will make you sick. Don't do it. Trust me. Don't do it. Today I got McDonald's.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. My poor boy spent so much money on you, demon. You know
I'm sorry.
how much a potion costs?
A lot.
Yeah, and we're low level. We're level 1s.
I'm sorry, hun. Sorry about this.
You're fine. But yeah, so all of you do meet up for the boar hunt, and all of you are meeting up to accept Alden Foxglove invitation after you saved him from a certain goblining. You know,
and I'll say, hi, how you doing?
and he waves to you as he has a few of his hirelings getting a few horses ready near the goblin squash stables, each of them with barding and saddlebags, equipment needed for the hunt. You do know that through brief conversations with them pre-festival as well as throughout the week, that after this day in particular, he'll be heading back home to his house in Magnema. But he is quick to inform you that the hunt will take place in the nearby Tick Woods, which I will happily move you guys over onto that map.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
So cute. Anyone who chats shit about you doing that is wrong.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's just right down the road. It's not too long at all.
We'll be fine. It's not like we're going across the world.
Of
Like,
course, like this.
Like Peach's letter.
Oh no.
50 gold.
To be fair, they can make all that money back from Peaches. No harm, no foul.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like by the time you get to level 5 or 6, 40 gold is going to be a drop in the bucket to the wealth you guys will have.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, while he's like preparing the horses, I sort of stop in my tracks, and I'm like,
What's the matter? Can't ride a horse?
But as you approach and you're laughing and giggling, Alder puts his cane to one of his henchmen or hirelings, and he comes closer. As he'll go over to you, Cynthia, with arms extended, and call out for you, Cynthia, darling, it's a pleasure to see you.
And I like walk very like stiffly to him, like, yeah, it is.
And he'll give you a hug if you take one from him.
I'll be like, okay, and like as he's hugging me, I'm just visibly shaking more and more.
Something wrong.
Are you cold? You seem like you
No,
saw a
I'm
ghost.
I'm fine. Are we using them?
Yeah,
Well,
scared of horses.
No,
You're scared of horses, aren't you?
I'm not scared of horses. I'm
do I have
scared of
do I have
falling
the
off
sight
of
for
them.
you? Introducing Bad Dragon.
What?
What?
You poor child. Don't look up Bad Dragon.
Don't look up Bad Dragon.
Don't.
I sort of like collapse to my knees on the ground, sort of almost groveling to Foxglove's feet, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't ride them on my own, okay?
You can ride on mine.
No!
What?
You can ride on the back of mine then if it's a problem. Unless you want to ride on the back of Foxglove's.
and then just like looking at him, like tears nearly in my eyes, like like that scared, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can do other things, but
Foxglove will give you kind of a worried look as he frowns. If it's a problem, we can go there on foot. I don't mind giving you any assistance you need, darling. You need just ask.
Please.
Okay. we will go on foot if that's your
No,
request.
I can ride, just not on my own. I'm sorry.
You know,
Mind.
do you wish to ride with me then?
Please.
Foxglove does kind of visibly flush up a bit at that.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have your hand?
You know, he will smile. It's a very charmed smile. You know, same smile he gave you when you first met, as he takes your hand and gives a proper bow underneath. You know, makes it very dramatic. But he will take you over to his horse and help you onto it.
I want you to know that as he's taking me over to his horse, I'm going to stick my tongue out at Torma. And I'll say, this is how a real gentleman does it.
Don't worry, Torma. As you're as this man is, stealing you, girl. Valdez does give you some head pats. Give you a side hug.
I'm just gonna turn into a dragon and hop on with him. Just don't understand why every woman dislikes me.
Oh, baby.
Valdez, you hear him say, well, not even say, you hear him hum a in bro like solemn agreement, like he understands where you're coming from.
Is this like one of those where he is listening, but he's not listening, but he is? He's just like,
No, he's listening. Valdez is not the type of person to just ignore someone's plea for help.
So
After
he's
all,
a good bro.
I mean, look what he did for you and Torma in the room.
True.
You
True.
you both fell head over heels for a second there.
Just not for Torma. Hey.
And hey, he wasn't there. He wasn't interested in your exposed tatas. He was just trying to be a nice guy.
He's a good
respectful
egg.
man.
He's a good bean. Evelyn, I take it you'll be riding alone.
She'll be riding alone.
Okay. I got you. I get you.
Yeah. I mean, she's not like Torma's already riding, with Valdez, and she's not just gonna ask the man who she assumes despises her.
Yeah, since somebody hasn't mentioned anything about that.
I'm waiting.
We're waiting
just
when
gonna
we're
be
on the road
pouty
to
the
tell her.
entire time. Just what did I ever do? Why does every woman dislike me? I don't get it. I don't understand.
He has to pick you up cat style. He curls you up on his chest. He's rubbing your head.
Aww.
He's giving you big fatherly love.
Question:
That's so
How are Foxglove and I sitting? Am I at the front? Am I at the back?
Yeah, you'd be in front of him. That way you can actually grab the horse's reins, and he's got his hands on your wrist. That way he can help guide you.
Ooh, spicy.
And the appropriate leg to backside ratio.
Thank you, DM, for going along with my mind.
Yeah.
Artie's like, I got you, home.
Got you.
But yeah, with that out of the way, you start heading out to Tickwood for that boar.
As we're on our adventure, we talk about the boar itself, and I end up drooling and puff seductioning a few times on the road.
God.
Yeah. It's about 1.5 miles to Tickwood Forest, just north of the upthrust limestone escarpment known as the Devil's Plateau. Despite its ominous name, Tickwood is actually a relatively safe woodland, one well known to be the home of wild boars, deer, file-pelt cougars, and the rare giant ticks, for which the wood is named. But luckily, no goblin tribes dwell within the boundaries, and this is common knowledge for all of those that are residents of Sandpoint.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Why is Torma's mum there?
Don't worry about it.
What?
You said there was cougars. Why is Torma's mum there?
Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
But, as you start riding with Aldern, you can tell that he is a very charming conversationalist. He's extremely well read, with a seemingly endless cache of stories about his high life in Magnamar, his mansion, his massive parties, his history as a noble, his family name and legacy. That he's currently looking to court somebody to continue on the bloodline.
Hello, hi, hi, hi,
Hi,
hi,
hello.
hi, hi. Does he have endless cash as well? Asking for a friend.
Yes,
Ha ha!
he is a noble after all.
There was just, is this what I'm missing?
Daddy's
Being
money,
rich?
daddy's money.
I don't exactly have a daddy to have money from.
Oh, if you kill your daddy, there's a dragon horror in it for you.
Well-
daddy's money, daddy's money.
It's just, Cynthia, if I kill my dad, then will you marry me? Jokingly.
And then I'll just look at. I assume he's like going back, and he's like sat on the horse, like the butt of the horse, like talking to me. I just want to flick him. I just flick him, not to the point where it knocks him off, but to the point where he just bonks him on the nose.
Raw straight.
It dies from a flick.
You actually punch him off the horse.
Oh, should I roll strength?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh
Sure.
no!
Oh my gosh, if you get a nat 20, I'm gonna die.
You backhand the
Oh.
dragon.
Oh.
Okay, you can control your strength. You flick him. It's not too hard.
And I'll say no. I actually have taste in people.
I don't understand
Baldus
what
raises
I'm
his
doing
hand.
wrong.
And I'll say, what is it, Valdis?
He looks toward the screen. Insert laugh track number 2. He tried. He tried being part of the conversation. He just dismisses it.
Oh, baby.
But it quickly becomes apparent that he's not really particularly interested in telling stuff about himself. He's quick to ask you the same questions that a great many of the same townspeople asked. Who are you? Where did you all come from? How long you been fighting goblins? Things that you've already told each other and a great many people. But, he does ask, in particular to Torma, Cynthia, and Evelyn, do you all have harrowing tales of adventure? Something unique? I know from the tales of the Sandpoint Heroes, all of you have come into town very recently, or having been there a while, just met each other. But do you have anything exciting to say before you met each other? Perhaps a daring escape from a pack of ravenous wolves? Maybe some strong, wicked blood with that of ancestry? Or mayhaps new fear of the unknown?
Can I just like casually say while eating a cream puff, like, blessed by angels?
I sucked a dick.
Look the dick.
It's like Angels Dust from Has-Been. I can suck dick.
I can't tie my shoes, but I can fuck your bitch. Just that kid is my spirit animal.
Exactly. But roll cream puff seduction since of course you're eating the cream puff.
Uh-oh.
It's obligation.
My bad. Okay, let me just bring back up my player sheet. Okay.
I drew a
It's just
sketch of
taking a while to
the.
load.
But
Yes.
yeah, he takes note of you. He looks over to Evelyn. Any stories, and same to you, Torma.
Evelyn gives a shrug. I've been here most of my time, besides traveling a large distance by myself.
I was born about 2 years ago, so not much to speak of.
But it's everything in a skirt, though.
And he looks over to Valdis. Valdis is looking at him. Two kind of stare
And
at
he
each
looks
other.
at me.
I look at him.
And he looks at me.
Looks at me.
And
And
I look at him.
for those that are actually notice the lack of conversation, Foxglove visibly shivers a little bit looking at Valdis for turning back away.
I just put my hand on top of Foxglove's, and I'm like, he can't speak.
No,
He means well, though.
I'm sure he does. It's just that mask of his is a bit disconcerting.
You get used to it. It's kind of cute.
Oh, Ruka says hydrate and stretch, everybody. And also head pats.
I'm gonna dehydrate. In other words, I'm gonna have a piss. I
You
can still
see-
hear you also no chatting shit. I've got.
You see, I'm just gonna like spit, and then also like crunch myself further up in my chair. Somewhere up.
There they are, the babies. If you sketch.
They are all babies.
Babies.
You know,
Look at them.
as we're traveling, you know, Valdis offers Torma a cricket.
He's just da 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 da.
His lizard brain just Crimkit.
His lizard brain go Crimkit, but the other part of his brain is like, I'm not a child.
But are you?
But you call me daddy. Heyo!
Heyo.
No one will ever believe you, Valdis says.
And he is just.
I heard all of that. Can I make fun of the lizard?
Yes. After holding it for a while and him not eating it, he drops it.
And he's just. Wait.
And like when he's like thinking, oh, I want it, but I don't. I want to like look at him like almost like an not ara, but like, you know what I mean?
Hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity, like, you know. Come on, you know
Daddy.
you want that, don't you?
Daddy, I dropped my Crimkit.
And he's just.
Foxglove would just like put his arm up and he's like, stop, the dragon dropped its Crimkit.
And we gotta spend the next like 40 minutes looking for that Crimkit.
And he's just. I'm fine. I ate breakfast like a normal human. I'm not hungry.
But it's a Crimkit.
I don't need Crimkits anymore. Crickets. I don't need crickets anymore.
I just want to pull one out of my cleavage out of nowhere and just dangle it like Crimkit.
This
Don't know
one
where it
has-
came from.
This one has the possibility of boob sweat.
Extra flavor.
No.
But yeah, so you guys, you know, I need somebody to roll me a D100.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Who wants to roll the D100?
I will roll the D100. If it goes bad, you can all blame me.
Oh, okay.
Is that good or bad?
Don't worry about it.
Uh-oh.
So if you guys do eventually make it to Tickwood, on your adventure there, Cynthia, Foxglove, you know, as he you know, seems to take a liking to you, especially considering how close, you know, in proximity you are. And
Uh-oh.
he definitely seems to get a tad handsy at times.
Oh no.
Oh.
Depending on what, you know, it's not just immediate, but it's very gradual, like shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Like slowly putting a hand like close to her leg.
Yeah.
I like to imagine because of how dense Cynthia is in these sorts of things, she just like swats it away and thinks nothing of it. She's like, oh well, whatever. It's like a fly, like
You know, it's like it's a fly, but that fly just keeps coming back every couple of minutes. You know,
Yeah.
don't worry about that. But you know, despite the casual rejections, as I start writing up things in the background,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Foxglove
no.
rejected, jealous,
Uh,
moves on to next
stinking.
girl.
we go into Tickwood, and of course, you know, they mount up their horses, and he starts taking you in, which he does have his trusty sword cane to back him up.
I've
Swain,
got
if
one
you
too,
will.
we're twinning.
But
I'm out this dick.
he's quick to inform you that the specimens of the Tickwood, particularly boar, are very hostile and quick to attack. So, instead of being quiet and hunting for one, they all just have to casually walk through, and perhaps they'll stumble across one.
Are we looking for boar, is he?
Correct.
Can I roll
She's
survival?
like,
Yeah, survival. Peach will also roll survival as well as the scribbles.
do we all roll for survival or just?
As many as you want.
And that's under abilities, yeah?
That
Skills.
is skills S section.
Okay, thank you.
God dang!
I borrowed too much luck.
Where was it under? Did you say skills? Sorry, Isabel's being cute.
Yeah, skills S section. Also, my little gecko's asleep.
Baby!
But have they had crim kit?
Not today. It's not their feeding day yet.
No.
Also, I want you to know that I will be cock blocking friggin' Torma and Alden. Oh no, sorry, Foxglove even as much as I can.
But what if Valdis made a move?
On who?
Everyone.
At this point,
Roll
I'm just
seduction.
cheering. I'm just cheering for Valdis and Evelyn. Now that I know how he feels about, a certain person, I would not want to step in between that because that doesn't stand with my values. Oh my god.
He's like, yo, you're like, yo, this is cute. I ship it. Go for it. I won't cock block you.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. You took that. I'm not gonna correct your character, of course, but yeah, you took that the completely wrong way.
Yeah, like, because Evelyn would have taken that as, oh, he rejects the friendship. He basically completely renounces their friendship. Like, they're never gonna be friends again.
Yeah.
Nah,
he
I've taken it as almost like because he's seen how persistent I am with both him and Evelyn. I think of it as he could see me as the bridge between the two. Because if he didn't care, he wouldn't still have that. That's how my mind works.
Yeah.
So it's the case of I could have a heart to heart with Evelyn, and then one day she'd be like, "Oh, he hates me. He's this, he's that," and then that's when I just, boop, no, bitch. You've activated my trap card.
He definitely did care and still wanted to try and make amends with her as a completely different person. But now that she knows, he kind of handed that to you to symbolize that part of his life is over. It's kind of dead.
I did not think of that. I'm just cheering for them. I'm telling you, she's dense, I'm dense.
Oh, you're
Match made
fine.
in heaven.
Yeah, Valdis at this point does not see those two ever getting back together. And it's not that it can't happen. It's just he doesn't believe that
So
it could
what
work.
you're saying is I can have a reverse harem. Thank you.
I mean, if you want Valdis to try and fall for it, go ahead. But
my god's all about loving freely, and if I love freely enough, I can get a reverse harem. Oh, Peach Tooth. His end game is about boning the mom. Mine's about boning the men's. Thank you for coming to my TED talk.
isn't that just a polygamous relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
See,
one female, all males.
But
Yeah,
Evelyn
that's just a polygamous relationship.
yeah, that's just a polygamous relationship. Because harem implies that there's one girl with options to pick from, and never actually picking one.
Yeah. I'm
Meanwhile,
talking I want
polygamy-
everyone to. Oh, this is gonna sound like a dick move, but I want everyone to love freely, and then Tom is just in the corner Crinkit.
Very much a dick move.
I just find that funny. My humor's fucked up. I find that absolutely hilarious, though.
Now, don't worry. Evelyn is destined to be alone, don't you know?
This is why Tom is there to be like, hello, Crinkit. Crinkit.
All right, as per usual, set yourselves up on the bottom of the map, the first 3 squares.
Is Foxglove with us?
He will be. I just don't have a token for him.
Okay. Whereabouts will he be?
He'll be behind you guys. He wants to see your combat prowess. He could do this easily with his hands tied behind his back, but he wants to see what you're capable of.
Okay, so as we know, I've got both of my. I've got my rapier. I've got my sword. Sorry, I've got my rapier and my cane, and I've got my heels, which can also do damage. Again, hilarious. I think I'll have my cane as well, but it will have my family crest on it, which again I've not mentioned. My noble lineage. But yes, my cane has my family crest on it.
Fair
Daddy's
skin,
money.
Thea.
Daddy's money.
Valdis is now my best friend.
What did he do?
Is
Teach him to
actually
read.
nice to me.
Evelyn's trying to be cold with everybody, really.
Wait, if you hang out with Valdis a lot and you always you're always beside him, does that make you his wingman?
Yes.
Cool. As we're prepping, I want to put my arm down low enough ground for Dragon Baby, and I'll be like, "Hey, do you want to help me?"
Oh, do I want to help? No, you're mean.
We're
Val-
gonna fight. It's a matter of life and death.
Valdis scratching Torma's chin.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you. Isadilla.
Is that in
What?
real life, Walter Valdis?
Thank you for the quesadilla. You can take the salsa. It's always too hot for him. Hello, dogs.
Here you go, Valdis. You can have the salsa. You can
Yo,
have
I always
Go
love
on, Prince.
salsa.
Cynthia.
That's Pog.
You
He
can have
can stay in
Cynthia. She's
here.
too spicy for me.
Sorry, everyone. My grandma came in
You're
to give me a
funny.
quesadilla.
You're fine. You're fine. Valdis gave you chin scritchies.
And he's just, cuddle up next to his neck, kind of sticking his tongue at Cynthia.
I'm just gonna smile at Torma and I'll say, "You know I'm joking, and you know I care."
I seriously doubt that.
I do, which is why I'll protect you with my life, and I'll just ready my cane. Let's sort of just effortlessly pull it out, so it's very.
Oh, hey, you match Foxglove.
Yeah, I have a cane. Only mine has my family's crest on it.
Also, can I mention how funny it is to see all these anime characters next to Valdis? Or not Valdis, Foxglove.
Yeah.
I don't know why I confuse their names. Anyway.
He looks a bit like Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville if they had a weird love child.
Yeah, it kinda does.
I have no idea who those people are.
Jackass.
Okay.
They're from the series Jackass. I'm not calling you a jackass. They're from the series Jackass.
I'm trying to rack my
Sure.
brain, just
So hey, as Peach is very efficient in finding a boar. In fact, it doesn't even take you 5 minutes for you stumble onto a boar currently scavenging for food. And the moment it notices you, it starts roaring up and getting ready to charge. Extremely hostile.
Oh, we love that.
Roll for initiative.
Is that in again?
It's in core, bottom of the
Okay.
page.
Okay, looking. Sorry, I'm looking for it, and I had an itchy boob. Thank you for coming to my TED talk.
Valdis
Roll
can
the-
scratch it for you.
I mean, he's the best person to do it. It'd be he'd
Wait.
just do it and just be
Oh, I have to
"Alright,
click
bye."
myself then do it. My bad. I just got an right. I just rolled a 19. Count that because I was too busy itching my boob. I'll just put it here then. Oh well, thank you, game.
9.
Thank you. It went from a 19 to a
Boar
9.
gets a 0.
Well, you can just
Oh,
change
18.
it. Well, your first initiative is the proper one. This would just be putting it on the board. You can change it.
Yeah. Does that count? Is that fine? Have
Well, I
broken
see the first one in the thing that you've rolled is a 13, and then it
Oh,
turned
sorry,
into a
so-
16.
Oh, my bad. I thought it said 19. I'm a fucking idiot then.
You're
Yeah, my
fine, you're
bad.
We'll still count the 13 though.
Okay, I'll do that.
And I think that's everyone, so we will go down the initiative. Let me go get some,
I'll
music.
go down on your Joe Mama in a minute. I don't.
All right, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Last in the turn order.
All right. Hey, yeah.
Valdis is going first. He's gonna charge.
He's gonna charge.
He's gonna charge.
Oh.
We just go ahead and stay on his shoulder.
Yep. As he's already got his gut render out. It's already coated in his own special venom because he makes his own venom. So he's gonna
We
try to
like a man who's efficient.
exactly. He's gonna swing gut render. He's got +2 to hit. Let's see if he actually hits. That is against the boar's flat-footed, which their flat-footed is 14. So yes, that hits.
Woo!
Deals 12 damage, and it's coated in poison, which tail poison is 16 +4, so 20. So they gotta make a fortitude save against his poison.
Poison boy, poison boy.
Lovely. We love seeing that. So that is going to be 20 minus 10 divided by 2 for poison damage. So that is an additional 5 poison damage.
I really hope you one-shot this thing.
On its turn, it has to make another fortitude save. Actually, hold on. Because I think Valdis's poison does something interesting.
He's a poison boy.
Can anyone see what I've done?
Toxic.
Yes, you've made a heart.
Yeah.
I love it.
Guess who's in the middle?
Ah, yes, those two becoming the ultimate bromance, I see.
Of course, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
tried so hard.
So it's 1d2 dex damage. Okay.
So did it one-shot the boar is my question.
Hold on. I gotta roll another fortitude really quick.
I have a really bad feeling about this. That's going to be like a baby, and then we're going to come across the mama boar, and she's just going to be like. "Rrrr!"
Valdis will spend a use of Moment of Chance to make it reroll for the Foul Fate.
Hell yeah.
Alright, it's still good.
Ooh.
It gets rid of the poison. But as for if it one-shots 17 damage, it's sadly on 1 HP.
Oh.
He got really close, though. The boar will try to strike Valdis back in retaliation. But it being poisoned with a dex-based poison, it is taking -2 on reflex and dexterity-based attack skills and AC. So you watch as he slashes across its side, and the boar kind of like tries to stutter onto its feet, but you watch as its muscles are violently convulsing at the toxin.
That's kind of hot, though.
And the wound kind of leaks with red and green ichor. He's gonna try to gore Valdis.
Oh no.
That's a hit.
Look what I made, guys.
A shirt.
It's not a penis, it's
Ow.
a cross, I swear. You need Jesus.
So yeah, that hurt. That hurt significantly.
Oh shit.
As he slashes into it, and the boar kind of stumbles a little bit and lets out a pain scream, and it looks like he's about to fall over, just flat dead from such a strike. But in just a moment, for which all it takes, the boar steadies itself before charging with all of its might straight into his stomach.
Ooh.
As he gores him, and pushes Valdis back a couple of feet.
Okay, can I charge?
How much movement do you got in that armor of yours?
It is.
'Cause I know you got 30 base, but I think you got medium armor, so I think that downgrades it to 20.
Yeah, how far can I charge?
Charging is double your movement.
Well, no, but because the ball pushed him back, wouldn't the ball moved up a couple of spaces?
That's just narrative talk, like thematics. Not mechanically, they haven't moved. So you could double move and you'd get right there next to them. Otherwise, you could run as a front action and get over there. But
Could I run?
yeah, you can run to get right there. Next to
Yeah. Hi, friendo.
Be careful moving right there, because once you move right next to Valdis, you're within its threatened range, and then if you move again, it'll hit.
Okay, well I'll just go here then. I'm like, hi, friendo. Is that it, or can I literally just stomp on him with my heels to kill him?
That was a forehand action to get that far, so you couldn't do anything else.
Oh damn it! I wanted to like full on dummy mommy like step on him, fucking like scum.
Bear will move, and then he will hold up his gun to go the big bang. Let's see how far.
I like dodge, like you know in High School of the Dead where the bullet goes between the boobs.
Oh god.
Yeah. So he's getting -2 because he's having to shoot through somebody, and you're also in melee combat, so that's another -2. A -2. He's a -4 because he's a precise shot. So this is gonna be against touch with -6.
Oh boy.
13 touch. That hits, and it outright kills it. So, as Valdis is gored, he kind of stumbles back. He's got this gaping hole in his stomach now. Man, another one of those would actually kill him. Again, Valdis doesn't wear armor. He's just some dude in clothes. But, Peach Tooth, picks up his musket, kind of aims it over the collapsed Valdis, and puts a nice solid musket ball straight through the boar's eyes, as it lets out a final death cry before collapsing over on.
Well, that was fast. I didn't even get to bite it. How sad.
It is how it is. The only one of the few things Evelyn has said during the entire this entire trip, just that.
What did you
I'll just sheave my cane like is that it?
It was just a boar. What did you expect?
Well, I thought it might be a bit more challenging.
A wild animal?
Multiple ones. But if you're just happy with the one boar, then that's it.
That's enough to feed a small town.
Okay.
Have you seen much meat like you can get for pigs nowadays and boars and stuff? Like, that's a lot of meat.
I have. Back at home, we would have a boar a day.
While everyone's, picking up the carcass to go tie to one of the horses. Hey, Evelyn.
Hey, Evelyn.
Hey, Evelyn.
Sorry, I was being asked something. Yeah?
That voice is talking to you.
Who's talking to me?
The voice.
What voice?
The sadist.
Oh, my crystal?
No, that doesn't say that. I thought that was like your sweetheart.
Okay, I'm like, no, I'm sorry. It's just like I'm hearing words and it's like not. It's cutting out. So I'm like, what?
Oh shit.
So.
Those little thoughts that you have that tell you.
Oh yeah, the
horrible,
bad thoughts in the back of her head. Yeah.
that bad voice.
Yeah.
It's it's mentioning how your little brother's bleeding out in front of you.
Who's oh right, Valdis. Yeah, she's she's like looking at she's like looking at Valdis, just those thoughts in her head of just like the really bad, just like he looks very great, just bleeding like that. Just wondering how much suffering he's feeling right now.
Exactly.
And then it's just like she's she just grabs the bracelet and just snaps it against her skin particularly hard. Just rubbing at her welted wrist. As she looks at the others, expecting them to check on him.
Karma's just. Are you alright? You need help to your horse?
He looks at you. There's no words, but you can feel his stare.
What did I do wrong?
He shakes his head. He just puts a hand on his, in the new hole in one of his many cloaks. Pulls back, hand real red as he stands back
You are cutting out something
Are we on the
nasty.
horses? Are we on the horses right now?
Or not yet.
Sorry.
Okay.
He put a hand down on his cloak, pulls back. His hand's all red. But he's gonna
Can
slowly
I-
use his sword to stand back.
Can I roll something to check for some nearby medicinal herbs?
That would be survival.
I'm gonna transform back into my human form, just like try and help him stand. Just hey, I've got you. Gotcha.
I'll help out with looking for stuff since Cynthia's going off and I don't want her by herself. It's better to go in pairs.
Yeah, you're a psionic. You
Buddy
can't do regular
system.
healing.
Yeah, I can give him temporary, but
Yeah, temporary, but not actual.
nope, not yet. And so Evelyn's kind of following behind Cynthia to help her out.
Gotta stay in the buddy system, kids.
Yeah, we're in the forest, man.
I'll take off like one of my shoulder pads as part of my armor, and we'll use that as like a makeshift like bowl/basket to get the herbs.
Buddy.
Okay. She's
But
just
then
like she's just helping you point out where the herbs are.
But I like to imagine that as I like try and take this off, the picture falls out of my armor.
Yeah, she looks at the folded up picture and she picks it up. She's like, "What's this?"
I'll say it's from Valdis.
Mouths. And she kind of she like hesitates. She looks hesitant. She's like, "Am I allowed to open this?"
I'd assume so.
And she, opens it. She sees the picture, and her face kind of takes on like a dark look to it.
Oh,
Like, because she tries to keep the sadistic nature, like, in check and all that, but, like, her face goes from the typical, like, poise to, like, a look as if she's going to kill someone. Or
Wait,
at least make somebody suffer. As she just takes a deep breath and just folds it back and then just holds it out to her.
Oh no! Instead of folding it back, I just like to imagine I just pick it up like prick.
Yeah, she just like drops it on the ground and you see her just like grab at the bracelet and pull it as far back as it can go for letting it snap. And you can hear the audible just sound of it hitting against her skin.
ooh.
What I'm gonna do after noticing that, I'm gonna drop the shoulder guard that I have full of the herbs. Well, we can pick them up later. I'm gonna like grab hold of the wrist or the hand at least with the bracelet, and I'm gonna look her in the eyes and I'm going to say, Evelyn, talk to me. Why do you keep doing that? Please stop hurting yourself.
It's she looks like she's trying to keep like a center of calm, and it's necessary for me.
Mm-mm. Talk to me.
What is there to talk about?
I like sigh, and I point at her shadow, which is like a obviously darkened celestial, and then I point at my shadow, and then you can see like angel wings and halo and whatever in my shadow.
And my shadow's animated, so the shadow just visibly like makes goofy faces at you, just like yeah.
And like I pull down my shoulder, like the cloth like part of my shoulder, to show like I just have a little bit of a birthmark, and I say, look, we're in the same boat. We both don't really belong here, and I can see you suffering on your own.
That is not the reason.
Just, I want you to know that I'm here, and if you ever need to unload anything, please let me know.
She reaches a hand up to put one on your shoulder, and you can feel her kind of grip your shoulder a bit. And it's just, I understand that you're trying your best to understand my perspective, but I'm going to tell you, although we're similar in the sense that we aren't the same as everyone else, we're not the same in the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing. What I do to my wrist is so I don't do something to someone else.
I look from like a hand on my shoulder. I look at her, and that's when like the ball drops. And I say, "You like it, don't you?"
Like, and she lets go and just looks away from you. She's like, unfortunately, yes, I enjoy seeing people in pain. I like it when everybody suffers around me, but that's not something good to like. I shouldn't like that. And that's what this is for. Every time there's little thoughts of wanting to take this sickle I have on my side, and she taps it and just cuts your little skin until it's just a pretty array of blood. I snap it against my wrist, pull the thoughts away. If I do it to me, I don't do it to no one else. Simple as that.
And I like Cynthia. Cynthia thinks for a moment, and then she picks up Evelyn's hands and clasps them together, and she says, "I don't know why you're like this, but what
Why
I
are
do
you
know."
like this? Why the fuck are you like this?
Oh my god, you
the fuck
don't
is
just
wrong with
ask
you?
you don't just ask someone why they're like this.
No. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, I like I clasp her hands and I hold them up and I say, "Look, I don't know why you are like this, but after fighting with you for multiple times now, I can see that deep down you are still a good person and you do still mean well. You're just strange, admittedly, but aren't we all?"
I never said I wasn't a good person.
I know. I'm just saying, if you said that to anyone else, they would instantly perceive you as a monster. I don't. You just have strange taste. Now that I know why you do what you do, I won't stop you. But I want you to know that if you ever feel like you're about to go to the point of no return, I will gladly stop you.
I don't think I will get to that point. I have spent a long time with this. And she kind of like, thumbs the bracelet, which, looking at it, there's like very bad welts on her wrist from the many times she snapped against it, visible scars around the wrist. As looking at the bracelet closer, you can see that it's barbed.
I'll say, is there any other way you can do? Is there any other way you can keep yourself in check?
Well, the only possible other way I could think of, like, I imagine she's just like looking and it's like, you should get the stuff to him. Tell you on the way back. And it's just, she just kind of gestures for you to grab the things, like, but as far as I'm aware, there's no other way other than either to inflict pain on myself or to go into those urges and inflict pain on someone else.
So and I'm like picking all the things up off the floor and I'm just making conversation like, oh, so that's why you do what you do. You hurt the criminal scum, simultaneously saving people and getting your enjoyment. That's understandable. It's almost like you're an executioner.
It's not good to be an executioner. That's not something that's good. Sometimes executions are necessary. Sure, some people can think that. But personally, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I have to be some executioner just to make the little thoughts in my head go away.
You might not like that. And then I'll just put my hand on her shoulder after I've collected all the herbs and I'll say, but I like you.
You are certainly very weird. But things happen as they happen. I'm not likely to go to a point where I physically harm one of you. At least, not physically.
Hey, you can try mentally. I've got nothing. Just cobwebs. Just cobwebs.
Evelyn just internally thinking, yeah, mental goes a little further than that for me. But for now, it is just the bracelet. Because although hurting somebody, I try not to do it, even to criminals.
Thank you for subscribing, Artie.
Wait, hold the phone. Let me just quickly check my abilities because I want to try something if I do have it in my sheet.
Wait, to heal the welt on her hand?
Let me have a moment.
I'll just, keep talking. But it's just that hurting somebody.
You subscribe with
Look,
Prime? Oh,
so
thank
hurting
you.
someone can feel. It's like a little bit of. It's like.
What level do I get Hands of Healing?
Trust me, your hands are healing and gonna heal a scar. That's permanent.
No, I know it's permanent, but just to reduce the pain.
I think it's like level 2, level 3.
All right then. So it won't work, but I'll try and do it anyway. So I'll pick up the hand with the welts, and I'll look at Evelyn, and I'll say, "Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you." And I'll say, "I've been practicing, and I want to see if this can finally work. It's like I don't want you to be in pain." And then I just like gently kiss the wrist where she recently snapped, and I'll say, I've been trying so hard. I hope this works. Obviously it won't, but
Yeah, she just kind of stares at you as you do this, and she doesn't say anything about it not fixing anything. Just keeping that to herself. Just like and she'll just kind of gently pull her hand away, just kind of wiping the area where you kissed, because germs.
Ew, germs.
Yeah, ew, germs. And it's just your cooties, and it's just the pain is what keeps the thoughts away.
I know, but I don't want you in pain.
I know you don't want me in pain, but sometimes things have to be done that people don't want.
I so ship these two.
We should we should find another way to control your urges, and I'll be with you every step of the way.
And the only other way to
imagine Foxglove is in the corner, like.
What is that sound? Just, look at this meat. It's just like, well, the only other possible way I could know is taking something and brutally killing them to satisfy it for a good while.
I mean,
there's
someone
more
you can
boards
brutally
if you want
kill.
to go.
Those animals are it needs to be more sentient. It doesn't get that same feeling.
Well,
like killing those goblins was a rush. That was what I was looking for.
So then let's do it again.
Unless goblins are going to pop up out of nowhere, I don't think it's likely it's going to happen so soon.
I grasp her hand almost like a prince. I grasp her hand almost like a prince, and I'm say, "Well, let's go on more adventures together then."
And she just rolls her eyes and such, and just kind of uses her free hand to pat her head. And just like, you are so weird. Just pat for the girl as she'll just start walking off, and just like, but she'll stop a bit, just like, but I appreciate the sentiments.
And then I'll say, "I'm not weird, I'm Cynthia," and just flash her a smile.
God, these are so
as all this cute stuff is
tender.
happening,
Valdis suffering.
Valdis is just sitting on the horse like a 30-minute ride back to his town. Guys, I'm bleeding out.
Yeah,
Blood
Cynthia
down
comes
his
back.
face.
Probably just gonna come over to them like, are you two done being lesbians? We've got a man bleeding out back here.
What's that TikTok where it's like, lesbians? Come on, lesbians!
We're just walking over with
hot
the
lesbian
herbs.
forest love scene happening. Meanwhile, Alice, God, my guts feel like they're churning.
Yeah, she just walking over with the they're walking back and such and stuff. We got the herbs and stuff. She's like, I was just helping her look for the herbs, and she has I imagine it's a weird she looks visibly a little more I want to say she looks a little bit more sadistic, but just trying really hard to keep that down. She's really trying hard to keep those urges down.
Question. Were they close enough to be heard by the rest of the group?
No, she would have spoken in a whisper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to imagine that while she's doing a sadistic face, I'm just giggling because I know something not many other people know. And
I know something you don't know.
I imagine it's her trying to resist the sadism, which comes across as resting beaver face, or she's extremely angry.
Oh my god, the proper really.
The what?
And then she gets cut off. Discord's like, fuck you. You don't get to hear lesbian thoughts.
Like, yeah, just like Evelyn really sadistic and Cynthia really giddy.
And so she just looks at Cynthia. So as they walk back, Evelyn just looks pissed, like Cynthia did something to offend her personally. And then Cynthia's just all happy and giddy.
All right, everybody. Small announcement. I have finished another VTuber adoptable. If you want to check her out on my stream.
Nice.
That's both me clapping and me masturbating. Thank you for coming to my TED
No!
Talk.
I'll take a peek. Oh, she's very cute.
Not as cute as you, my. She's really cute.
She is a love witch, and I'd like to mention her little charms because I think they're adorable. And yeah, all I need to do now is give her some expressions, and then we're all done.
Hey.
Sorry to interrupt.
Shut up and
Please
take my money.
continue.
Shut up and take my money.
So yeah, hey, you all get on your horses and start heading back to Standpoint, yeah?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
face of Angie never leaving her face.
I'm glad it's not pointed at my boy.
No, she's
I-
pointedly like looking away from him, not even glancing at him anymore like she did.
Also, right,
Breaking my heart.
I want to point out, because we took so long, I like to imagine Glove is already on the horse. So I'm like sat behind him, but like with my arms wrapped around his tummy, just shaking,
yeah.
like with like my head on his back, like
Yeah. So, you all head back down to town. It's not too hard to get the healing that our dear boy needs. Just pay a visit to Father of Xanthus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, I've been working hard recently. The boars, you take the boar to the Red Ocean Dragon, and Ameiko quickly invites everyone in, including Aldern, where Aldern hands the boar over to Ameiko for her to start cooking for a large feast that night. And you have the afternoon to yourselves if you wish to do anything, but assuming not, we'll skip right on over to the feast.
I just have a question. Does Omega allow smoke? Like, do people smoke inside the Red Rusty Dragon or only outside?
Only outside. She doesn't let anyone do it inside.
Okay.
Very valid.
Understandable. I just wanted to make sure that's clear.
She is a woman of standards.
Even if it's a fancy no.
by the way,
She'll
to
choke
keep
you.
up-
I
to
know.
keep up appearances with Foxglove, I change out of my commoner garb and my thingy garb, and I wear a more not regal but a more noble outfit. Clingy as fuck because I've not been home in years and I have blossomed into a young woman. I have booba and I have thighs.
We're just wearing casual clothes now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so when you're putting on her, a casual dress. But changing her hairstyle so, she does. So she'd have to really turn to look at somebody to stare at them.
Yeah. Like full on. So instead of it being braided, it's like let down. And obviously because braids make your hair shorter, it goes down to like the middle of her back.
Yeah, it does go down to the middle of her back.
Flowing in the wind like an anime character, like badonkadonks everywhere.
Her badonk, she has a small chest. She has a very small chest.
Love that for her.
And so, she's got her hair down and all that, just, wearing her, a nice little casual dress. She just comes down to sit probably as far away from possible as everybody.
And I noticed her, and I like pull a chair out, and I wave Evelyn, and I say, "Join us, please. I saved a seat for you."
I'm good over here. I just need a little bit of air.
Torma's
Okay,
just
I'll still
wearing
take
what
it
he
for ya.
normally wears, because, he
Fancy
doesn't
boy.
find any reason to spend money on another outfit.
Yo, what a mood, man.
So hey, that night, right? Everyone's getting all fancy dressed.
Well, not fancy dress. I'm just wearing my casual
You're
clothes.
dressing fancy
Why do I gotta do that?
because it's a feast.
He doesn't have any particularly fancy clothes.
He'll buy you some.
Who?
Am I sat next to
Aldern.
Foxglove?
Oh. I mean,
Am
if he
sat
wants
next to
to.
Foxglove?
I mean, he'd get everyone some nice fancy clothes. You can get one noble outfit free of charge, and of course, he'll also pay all of you 50 gold for your trouble.
Hey,
So
Daddy.
Infinite wealth, baby.
I'm at 200 gold now.
I have a question about Foxglove, and you might say
Yeah.
yes or no, but can I play almost like hard to get? You know, like kind of
No.
deny the gift, so then he could potentially shower me with more gifts. So can I like roll charisma in playing hard to get?
If you want to try and get more, you can roll a diplomacy check if you want.
Question, that was
Oh, I
another
have
50
high
gold pieces,
diplomacy.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
I will look him in the eye, give him like a polite smile, that of a no, and I will say, I do appreciate it, but I don't think it's really. Plus, I doubt you could afford my kind of taste.
He kind of thinks on it for a second.
I like to imagine I have the Angelina Jolie, you know, like with the legs slit, and I like cross my legs, like I doubt you can afford my taste.
He, ponders for a little bit before he kind of frowns and sighs as he puts away the gold and gives a kind of like remorseful, like kind of guilty smile as he nods. That would be true. Someone as precious as you, I'm surely could not afford. But I wanted to give this to you on a later date. But since you seem persistent, he will reach into his little side coat and take out a little wooden box.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, he's proposing.
No. As he hands it over
What, to me?
to you. Yes.
Okay.
It's a very thin box that stretches like maybe 5 inches long.
He's only 5 inches, God.
Shush.
So I'll like gingerly open the box, and what's inside of it?
You sure you want to know?
Yes.
Yes, I'm sure. What's in it?
So inside the small box, it's a very lovely wooden casing, by the way. Like it looks,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no.
yeah.
Oh no. Tell me.
It's a very lovely wooden box, and the inside is made of a soft cushioning material. But it is a beautiful golden necklace with a medallion at the center that holds a small, but very real and very well carved
Did you say a ruby?
Yes.
Did you say a ruby?
ruby in the shape of a heart.
Oh. I'll snap it shut.
Worth about 100 gold.
I will snap it shut, and I will look him in the eye, and I will say, for as beautiful as this is, this money could go elsewhere. For example, towards the people who suffered when the goblins attacked.
As he looks towards the screen, the one that asked for more money now denying said money.
This lady's
Track number
confusing.
5.
No, and I said, correction, you could probably not afford my kind of taste. And I never told you to spend that money on me.
But implying that he couldn't afford your taste also then made him pull out more money,
Exactly.
and now you are rejecting him? Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
God, this poor man is getting cucked.
No, cucked implies that someone else is actually
Or not cucked.
cheating.
I'm thinking cock blocked.
Yeah.
That's the word.
But
Cucked
because
implies Valdis and or Toma is getting up in them guts.
because
Yeah,
I
I'm thinking
see
cock blocked.
because I see that he's kind of annoyed at that, I'll gently like lift up his chin, and I will say, if it will make you happy, I will graciously accept, and I will wear it for you. But my heart does not belong to you. Whoa. My heart belongs to the people, to my family. I need to protect them. I need to protect those I love, and I've not found that certain someone as of yet whom I will love who's not a family member. So, uh-oh. So I will I will wear this in memory of you. And after you do travel back, I assure you I will always wear this in
And then
hopes
you
that we meet again.
This
So he
poor
nods.
fucking guy. Oh my god.
Which,
Stinky.
which keep in mind, I will be rolling stuff on the side. I only roll this out in the open to remind you. If you want to do stuff like roll bluff to lie, or do disable device to like pick something,
I'm not lying. I'm
or
really
I'm
dense.
just saying something like perception to like pick up on something, or sense motive to get like a sense of the atmosphere. That's the kind of stuff that you roll. And you have to kind of like speak up and want to do that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't
So
ask for those kinds of roles. You just kind of ask to do those kind of things. And I usually like to find a role. Like for example, if somebody is rolling bluff to hide how they're feeling, they would roll the bluff skill. You know,
which I'm gonna do that myself.
you know, Alden's doing the same, so why not?
Dang.
This poor man.
uh-oh.
Which you don't automatically detect if somebody's lying. Again, you normally roll this in secret, and then
Actually, no. Can I roll detect magic device? If I roll magic, is it detect magic or magic device?
It's sense motive.
Sense
Yeah.
motive.
Yeah,
I think
sense
I
motive.
have that.
Yeah, everyone has access to it. If you're trying to get a hunch on a social situation, it's like DC 20, and it'll tell you like the general atmosphere.
Oh wait,
But
wait. Can I use detect evil?
I mean, you could. It'll tell you if he's an evil aligned person or not.
Actually, I think I'll use. Can I use aura of good? Is that also a level 1?
Aura of good, all it does is it just gives you a powerful aura of good. So if somebody detects good, you'll show up as good. That's it.
Right. Okay. I will. Do I have to do anything to use any of those, or can I just sort of do it on the download?
So Aura of Good is a permanent effect. Detect Evil essentially have the Detect Evil spell at will. But you can also move action to concentrate on one person to determine if they're evil and around.
I will sort of, as I'm talking to Foxglove, I'll like keep eye contact with him whilst also trying to use that, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, you try to detect his alignment to see if he's good, neutral, or evil. He doesn't have an evil aura.
Oh, okay.
But, you let him down softly, and he stares for a brief moment, but you see that smile grow back as he nods his head. It's like a sportsman-like defeat nod as he takes a step back and puts his hands up. Of course, my darling. I would
Oh.
not I would not expect anything else from you.
Parma is just kind of waiting for him to walk away to go, yeah, I feel you,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry.
That's rough, buddy.
But he will go take a seat, across the room to go enjoy some of that boar.
Sulk with the boar. Sulk with the boar.
Uh, he seems to have handled it well. He was smiling.
Oh, honey.
Hey, sense motive, otherwise you believe it. Piece of garbage.
Okay. Let's see. Where's sense motive?
Skills. You gotta beat a 30.
God,
Uh-oh.
no.
Can we do it together?
No, you can't combine sense motives. You can assist, which if you beat a DC 10, you grant +2 on the roll. But
Yeah, can I help that? So do I need to roll a d10 or?
you would roll sense motive. If you
Yeah.
get more than 10, you grant +2 on Torma's sense motive roll. Okay, Torma, now if you roll sense motive, you get +2. Yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems perfectly fine. I mean, he seems a little like upset over it, but
What?
what heartbreak doesn't have like a little bit of upsetness? I'm sure there's no ulterior uh, motive behind all that.
Hmm.
I'll just like I'll just sort of shuffle my way to Evelyn and I'll say, did you just see what just happened?
Yes, I saw all the way from over here.
What should I do? Should I wear it? Should I give it? Like what? Huh?
Well, I mean, you said that you would wear it. I feel like it'd be kind of rude if you didn't.
True.
I'm-
Can you help me,
Put it on, hide it.
please? Put it on, please. I'm clumsy when I don't have my hair up. Can you please help me?
All right, and she'll help you put it on.
Yay.
Che, Valdez for once isn't in his cloak.
Tormus just nudging him like, did you see what just happened?
He's looking at you, looking at Aldern, looking back at you.
He looks at me and look at him.
And he looks
looks
at
at
me.
I feel like that's every
No.
time someone talks to Valdez.
Yeah, exactly. But he puts his like fingers on his chin for like a second, thinking about it, and he'll look back to Torma. He'll make like a finger gun and like a kissy face. Wink.
Oh, that poor guy. I know how he feels. Ugh.
You know, Valdez puts a hand over his heart, put a hand on his head. He makes a dramatic throw as he, heartbreak.
Truly heartbreaking.
Does
Feel bad
Foxglove
for the
see any
man.
of this? Does Foxglove see or hear any of this?
Not that you can tell.
Uh-oh.
Roll perception.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna roll perception here. Does anyone want to help me on this? Because I have a bad feeling.
Sure.
Who has the highest perception?
I have an 11.
I have a -1.
20. So it'd be 24 because I always have my crystal near me.
And I'll help you with that. Make that into a 26. Torma, do you want to help us?
Can I also help?
So that'd be
Yeah.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Hang
There's
on.
a
27.
There's a maximum of I think one person.
Aww.
But as you're looking over him, all of you are like kind of squinting at him, trying to see if he's hearing any of you.
Everyone's just kind of just lazily looking around, just trying to keep it a little more casual.
He just seems to be enjoying that boar.
Yeah.
Sulking.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Smile.
It's either they feel like this or yeah, they're fine. No, it's either they feel like this or they feel really sad. Like nothing's going on. I don't trust that.
As I look to Cynthia's 1 feat she picked out.
Oh.
Oh.
What's the fee?
What is the feet? I'll tell you in a moment. Feet.
Smile.
Feet. Oh!
Oh.
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 You know what?
What
You
is
know
it?
what? Ah, the one right at the bottom. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
What
I'm
is
not
it?
saying anything. Nope.
I'm in danger.
Oh my. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay.
Congrats.
Uh-oh. I'm not telling you anything.
But hey, while you're all staring at Foxglove and
Oh,
everyone,
but hey!
I just glance at Foxglove, man. I ain't gonna keep my entire eyes on him.
while Cynthia, or I guess not even Cynthia, she's having a good time. While Dolly Mama is having an existential crisis on what's about to happen to her. You're all enjoying the boar. You got plates of delicious food prepared by Meiko, the lovely woman that she is. You watch as the front doors slam open,
Uh-oh.
and a strange man barges through, a very surly looking individual who starts bellowing out in a sharp tongued command in a very strange language.
Do we have any idea what language it is?
Pet pet from Bomb Man, thank
Do
you.
any of you speak the language of Tianza?
Language of
What was that?
Tianza.
Tianza.
Can't say I do.
Does Peach Tooth know that language?
No.
Then no.
But if anyone has knowledge of local or knowledge nobility, you'll know who this individual is.
Oh. Do I have knowledge of local?
Unless you put a point into it, you don't have it.
Okay.
Evelyn, you know who this is. It isn't too hard. This is Ameiko's father.
Oh.
Yeah, Evelyn's kind of leans over, is like, it's Amako's dad.
Yeah. This is, Ameiko's dad. A certain, you can see his name right there. I always butcher it, but I always pronounced it Lonjiku. Lonjiku. Kaijatsu, just like Ameiko Kaijatsu. Evelyn, you don't really know the whole story behind it, but you've been here for a couple of years, especially during the late unpleasantness. But Wanjiku used to have a beautiful wife, but it was history in the town that she had cucked her husband with an elf.
Oh.
But that individual fled, and not long after the birth of the child, and of course, a very harsh, growing up. That child left a long time ago. His wife mysteriously died.
Well, that's a murderer.
And Longiku and Ameiko do not have the strongest relationship as the only two surviving members of their family, mostly because Ameiko is an adventurer, or rather an ex-adventurer that owns a tavern and doesn't like being nobility, and he's a noble that likes being nobility.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a few fights that these two have had, but you hear him barking out orders, and you see a couple of the maids and patrons of the bar recognizing him, and a lot of them quickly go quiet and very interested in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Aldous doesn't say anything, and
Well,
nobody's.
I hope Valdez doesn't say anything.
He doesn't intervene at all. He just kind of stares, and as nobody interrupts him, he stalks further into the tavern, his eyes scanning the room, only to set his eyes alight on, the Sandpoint heroes.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna give him a smile. It's like, hello. Just not reading the room at all. Like,
Evelyn
how may I
is-
help you?
Evelyn's blank-faced. She's trying to keep very neutral. Tis what my bluff roll was, to be neutral.
I would like just to set the mood. Can I give him just sort of a diplomacy roll, a diplomacy check, just to see, if I get any respect with my boy?
What do you say to him? What do you do to him?
I
How
I
do you
will
approach
say-
him?
What
huh?
do you do to him?
What do you do to him? So as he I notice his eyes fall onto us. So I stand up, as I am sitting beside Evelyn, who's just helped me put this necklace on. Now that the necklace dangles elegantly around my neck, I stand up and take sort of a nice, polite, trained curtsy, and I say, "Hello, how may I help you? My name is Cynthia. Pleasure to meet you."
As you get up and go talk to him directly,
Oh no, I don't like go towards him. I stand up from my chair and I bow from there. Because I know not to approach nobles.
yeah, even then, talking when not talking, spoken to,
Mm.
you do watch as you do a little thing, and his face kind of turns into a bit of a sneer as he looks from you to Evelyn to Torma, and finally the last one. This, Peach, of course, is there, but he looks towards the last one that's sitting alone, Mr. Pink Hair. The bully basket boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually approaches you guys instead.
Oh.
Which group? Because we're kind of split a little bit.
He approaches your group. He ain't going over there towards that thing.
Oh, so he's going towards myself and Evelyn.
Yeah, yourself, Evelyn, kind of towards like Torma's sitting next to Valdis, but he can kind of sidestep a little closer, like getting too close.
As he makes his way to us, I'll put my hand down for Torma to climb up my arm. So he's like sat on my shoulder, and then I'll also I will instinctively have my cane beside me, because that has my family's crest on it, just to be like, hey, what's up? I'm a noble too.
He'll climb onto your hand, a bit begrudgingly, because he's still kind of mad at you.
I just give him a head pat. It's like, there, come on, keep up appearances, sweetheart.
And in a moment of heat and anger, he starts speaking in common. Of course, I'm not going to yell because I blow my mic out, and I'm sure the streams don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But he starts furiously accusing all of you for endangering the townsfolk with your ill-advised hero antics against the goblins. He doesn't look to you at the moment, Evelyn, but
I just work here.
yeah, but he implies, throughout the accusations, as he mentions your stories and fight in town square, that you should have left things in the defense of town to the city guard and other trained professionals like Evelyn.
Can I?
I was about to say, boy, I am a professional here. I'm the guard.
Yeah, he
I was
doesn't look
going
at
to
you.
say,
Oh, good. I'm the one out of his scorn.
can I roll bluff to call out his bluff, or is that also diplomacy?
Bluff implies that he thinks that he's lying. Plus, it would be Seth's motive to see if he's lying and or making things up. But, I'm not going to make you do that because he seems to believe what he's saying,
Torma's just
Yeah.
huffing and saying, well, maybe if there were more guards, maybe you should provide more money for the town, Mr. Noble. But it seems like
I'll
you're
do.
a bit more preoccupied with yelling at the people who helped.
He gives a very derisive laugh at your comments before rolling his eye. Just what we need. A filthy band of vagrants to attract even more trouble when we already have a filthy, rotten lizard hailing from destruction and death walking
Right.
us.
In the middle of his speech, I am going to slam my cane down so it gets everyone's attention in the tavern, including Mako and Glove. And I will say, excuse me, sir. You call us rebel, yet we are your heroes. Do you know who I am?
A waste of my time at the moment.
I am Cynthia Cos. I am the daughter of Daphne Cos, the daughter of Francis Bavert, who is an entertainer, and you are insulting my capability and my friend. Do not do that. We saved your town, and we saved your daughter.
You caused the deaths of even more people.
We did not cause the deaths. We did not let the goblins in. Why would we let goblins in to only save people? Where is your proof, sir? In fact, wouldn't this be detrimental to your nobility and to your people around you, as well as your if they found out that this accusation of yours was in fact true, but then you acted upon us, the heroes, and went against us, even though we were acting in your best thoughts and with your best thoughts in mind. So I suggest you walk away and save face, sir. We are just here, enjoying ourselves, having a nice meal, and hunting to find a boar with Mr. Foxglove. I suggest you walk away. You leave this tavern, you get out of Mako's hair, and you save your face. Or there will be consequences. As you know, as a noble yourself, one wrong move can make it all tumble down. And we don't want that, do we? As I tap my cane again on the crest. We don't want that, do we? And then I just pet Homer like a cat.
He's
We
mob
don't
boss.
want that, now do we?
The lapdog finally speaks as he looks back to you, lady. You say that you're heroes, but you now just threatened nobility, one of the longest lineages here in Sandpoint, and you use the excuse of being heroes to leverage this conversation in your favor. You act as
Correction, sir.
if killing not even several dozen goblins suddenly puts you in a higher authority or a higher position
That
than
is
I
not
do.
true, sir. I am
And
speaking
yet,
to you as a
and
noble
you
to
s-
another noble.
and yet you interrupt me, giving me no respect or kindness for when I let you finish your sentence and your speech. It only goes to show how disrespectful you youths are, and as mentioned, what a band of vagrants can do. All you have
Now,
proven is that you're a bunch of murderers. You've killed things very well, but you protected nobody. You
we
stopped.
protect your town and your daughter, and we protected yourself.
You murdered a bunch of murderers.
Exactly, ultimately protecting you all. Besides, who would you rather have died? Yourself and your daughter, or the goblins? We do it because we believe it is right. At least I do what I believe is right, and that's saving the people here. I don't want any trouble, but I'm just saying, as one noble to another, if you point the finger at someone else and you get found out that you were either lying or incorrect, in fact, it will be detrimental to your nobility. And I don't want that for you. I don't want any trouble, but what I do want is peace for the town, for yourself, for myself, for everyone. If something is the matter, please let us know. But don't try and argue with us. We believe we did what we could to save you. If you want to shout at anyone, just shout at me. But don't try and call us all out in public. I can speak to you as one noble to another. Do not bring anyone else into this. And do not bring anyone else who does not know this kind of hardship we get from being the kind of lineage we are. I speak to you more freely because I feel like I can. My mother and my father, my mother a duchess and my father an entertainer. I always keep good company and I always protect everyone around me. That's why I speak more freely, sir. That's why I like to speak to you like how I speak to everyone else, for I don't believe I'm above everyone else, as you have insinuated. I believe we are all equal, which is why I try to protect everyone equally. Now, instead of just pointing fingers, how about you get to know us first?
He only blinks, now casually looking at whatever clock may be dangling above, as he didn't really come here for a speech about morality and being good. But during your long-winded talk that he didn't seem to quite care for, his eyes do fall on the walking omen that you have decided to call a friend. You know, the pinnacle of Sandpoint's bad luck and off reputation, and probably the cause of the late unpleasantness. Or so what the rumors have caused, your little pink-haired friend. But before he says anything involving him, which, would be a conversation and a half, because I don't really think anyone's really gone into the rumors that surround Valdis. A figure does emerge from the kitchen, with the tapping of boots.
Kick him
and
out with a broom!
a ladle dripping with soup in her hand to find out what all the ruckus is about. It's a Meiko. So, you
Get
know,
out with the broom, bitch!
she comes out and she sees her father. She sets it on the counter as she starts yelling at him in the same language that, he had come in yelling.
I'm gonna kill that man.
And of course, he's quick to go back to ignoring you and Valdis and your lapdog before, starting to yell back at her. And they keep arguing for a second, as everyone's still dead silent. And he hisses something out to her, which, seems to shock Mayako. As they close the gap a little bit so that they're talking, a bit closer. And Mayako tells him something very creative. Does anyone have linguistics?
I can have a look, but I don't think.
Orma.
Oh shit! I do have
Yeah.
linguistics, don't I?
Yeah, you got a point in linguistics now.
Woo!
You can roll.
Let me just pull that up.
With Toma like on me, like on my shoulder, or like I'm gonna make my way to baby to Valdis.
Linguistics.
I'm gonna protect my boys. I'm gonna protect my boys if it's the last thing I do.
D20. Linguistics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, through Arcane, it was fairly easy to actually learn how to write Common. Anyone could have taught you, but it never became relevant because you just knew how to speak it almost from the get-go. But through the fact that Valdis had taught you how to write, your draconic knowledge and heritage, the ancestral memory that all dragons have, knowing how to write seemed to unlock some fragments of other languages that your heritage likely knew about. And although it's kind of hard to understand everything, you can tell what Ameko told him was a shockingly long string of profanities. And to which case, that only seems to anger him even more as you watch as he slaps the fuck out of Ameko.
Yeah, that makes Evelyn just like stand up in shock.
And in turn,
Can I go
Ameko
bite him?
proceeds to clock him with a soupy ladle,
Yeah.
splattering fish stock and potatoes all over his hair and outfit.
You know what?
Woo! Get him, Maiko.
You know what? I'm gonna take Toma off me, put him on next to Valdis, and I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna walk a bit closer. Just quietly, just walk a bit closer.
Yeah. Before anything else happens, he looks to himself before looking to Mayako, and he does hiss in common, in a seething voice almost dripping with venom, as toxic as Valdis's. You're as dead to me as your mother. Before
Whoa!
walking out of the tavern.
Can I bite his ass on the way out?
You are aware that will deal lethal damage.
These are sharp,
And-
man.
and-
They're
and
like
if-
little daggers.
And if you do that, it's very likely you're gonna kill him and be sent to prison.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be the one to arrest you, man. I'm still on the clock.
Okay, I'll hold off. But that is a funny ass idea of just little lizard bites his ass on the way out and keels over dead.
I'm going to look at Mako. I'm going to say, is there anything I can assist you with? Do you need any help in the kitchen?
She's just looking at the door, and she picks up her ladle. As she picks up some mess, like some dirt, some grime, some hair off of it, and she looks like she's almost been brought to tears.
I'll say, look, let me grab that for you. Okay. Do you want to take a minute?
she shakes her head as she, takes a deep breath, kind of huffs her chest, and, smiles a little bit. I'll need a well-cleaned ladle now, since Jackass Stew's not on the menu. And she'll quickly make her way back to the kitchen.
Yo, what a mood about holding in your sadness. I'll drink to that, bro.
I'll drink to
You know,
that.
And the tavern cheers, and people erupt to laughter. As she's parting, she mutters a half-hearted, thank you, and that she'll extend all of your rooms for a week.
Torm's
Oh! Wait, why is
Thank
she
you,
extending it?
Mako.
Wait, why is she extending it though?
For the trouble.
For the trouble.
Diplomacy, boy.
What, you want more cream puffs from her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Not now, no.
Yeah,
Cynthia's
yeah.
just like
That
really
was the
dense,
thing.
but she can be really smart sometimes, very rarely though.
Evelyn's just gonna slowly sit back down.
Torm is just nudging Evelyn like, you don't know how much I wanted to bite his ass.
Yeah, she just picks you up, and she'll pick you up because you're still in little dragon form, right?
Yeah.
She'll just pick you up because like she isn't really thinking too hard. She just kind of puts you in her hair, subconsciously thinking you're one of the snakes that fell out.
Sits there like,
Wait.
Huh?
Is there a snake already in there? So he's just like cozy.
Oh,
in
there it
with a
is.
snake.
Martin's still in there. Martin's in there, and there's a psi crystal in there as well, like a moving being. So being in there, you see like a snake pop out, and then you see this weird crystal thing that looks vaguely like Evelyn.
can I touch the crystal?
You can. It's smooth to the touch. Like there are no rigid edges besides like the points of its hair.
I like to imagine it's one of them core memories from Inside Out.
I have a picture of it.
Even if it's a different picture, I'm still gonna imagine core memory.
That's the psi crystal right there.
He's just kind of poking it like, Evelyn, what is this?
Yeah, like she seems to have been like snapped back to her thoughts because she hasn't been thinking fully straight after the picture, and she just immediately grabs you, and then she just lowers you to her face, and then she gives you a look like she's got that look of murder on her face, and she's just like she's going to easily snap your neck, like she's gonna snap your neck in a moment. She's just like, you don't say anything about it. You tell no one, or else.
But you're kind of hurting me. Can you put me
Is
down,
she-
please?
Yeah, she lets go, not meaning to hurt you. She grabs at the bracelet, snaps it 3 times.
Well, what the little crystallized version?
No, regular version. Regular Evelyn is snapping her bracelet. The crystal is different. The crystal has a different personality.
He's just. What was the crystal? What was that?
She shushes you to speak in a low tone,
Oh, okay.
and she'll tap for you to sit on the table next to her.
He will.
Yeah, she'll lean down to whisper, "It's psychic crystal, okay? Right? I don't really like talking about it, but I need it nearby.
It's
I
very
didn't-
pretty.
Yes, I made it from my own mind."
Did it very well.
You know the thing you don't have, Torma? Hey. Sorry.
I'm
Pretty
going to murder
boring, this
you.
boy.
I am going to murder you.
No, Cynthia would not say that. It was. I had to.
Very well made. Very pretty.
Yes, I've spent a good majority of time making it. It's not exactly something I like to talk about because, it's a form of magic. And she says that, and she does the little finger quotes very sneakily. Just very quickly, the finger quotes. It's a form of magic that people don't really practice.
Ah. Well, I can't say I'm not somewhat curious, but I will not say anything if you don't want me to.
I would definitely prefer you not say anything. She just kind of leans back and mumbles, "Thus, Cynthia, now this."
Just, I'll leave you alone about it. You'll learn about it. I'll likely forget it ever happened.
Yeah, that would be the best.
He just kind of curls up on her lap.
Oh no, I'm stuck.
That moment when a cat's on your lap and you're like, fuck, I can't move.
Yeah. And she's like, Also, you got to see. Also, when you sat in her hair is nice and silver because her hair turns silver at night.
Aww.
That's why when I, she's gonna gently like take you and put you back in the hair since you might as well be sitting here, and she's gonna shuffle her way over to Valdis as like I should bring him back to him, and excuses in her head of why she's going over there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
For now that people are looking over at Valdis, Valdis does not look good at all. He looks very upset.
Valdis, are you alright? Don't let what he said get to you, huh? I mean, he called me a pure menace, and, well, can't say I'm not
Oh.
used to it.
He didn't say anything about Valdis. He just looked at Valdis.
Valdis got really sad.
Yeah. Don't worry about why. All Valdis does is just taps on the counter a little bit. Maid helps him. He points to a bottle, puts like 2 gold on the table.
Alright. Tap once for yes, twice for no.
He taps twice.
Would you like to go up to your room so private? I know it can be kind of loud down here.
The dragon's reassuring.
He taps twice for no again.
Alright.
I imagine Evelyn kind of just like takes him out of her hair to stand him down on the table.
Sets what down on the table?
Torma.
Yeah.
Torma.
But yeah, he'll look over at Evelyn, First time she's actually engaging with him.
Yeah, she's not looking at him quite directly, but she's not like looking at him like keeping eye contact. She's like glancing at him, as she's got like her head just a little, tilts a little bit down, most of her hair covering up her face, and she's just, hello.
Valdis, hearing her voice directed at him, he looks away for, looking back down to his lap, and, he gains just like a light dusting on his cheeks.
I just imagine Cynthia's looking with binoculars.
And he makes kind of like a throat guttering noise, in response to your hello.
Yeah, she's used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, you mind if I join you?
He, looks at the bottle he just purchased. He turns it. It's some dwarvish honey ale.
I will make my way over there, and I'm going to tap Torma with my cane, and I'm going to say, "Come here." No,
Here, boy.
Leave these 2 be. Come on.
Let him fuck.
And he's just...
I'll leave these 2 be.
And he's just... what did I do? I've done nothing.
You didn't do anything wrong. Come on, do you want some treat? Do you want some food?
I'll let you snuggle Booba. Just come here.
Just
Come here. Come here.
And he's just
And then-
looking to the two of them, just sighing and going,
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can feel the awkwardness of the two from there.
You don't even need to roll sense motive. Like these two
Yeah.
are. Whoo!
It is bad.
Come here. Come on.
Hello, Fang.
Come on.
And he's just hopping off the table and back into his human form, like, don't need to carry me. I'm fine.
Well, good. And then I'm just going to tap him on his leg with my cane. Then move!
Go on, maggot. Move. Sergeant General here.
I'm just impatient. I'm just like, come on, move.
Come on, we gotta
He's
spy
just-
on them from a distance.
He's moving.
I'm gonna like sit with Foxglove, who's like not that far away.
Oh, you're looking for
Poor
Foxglove?
Foxglove.
Oh man.
With the
Foxglove ain't,
necklace.
Foxglove ain't here anymore.
Oh no!
Yeah, I wonder why.
He went to go cry.
Where is he staying? I want to go on the hunt for him.
Just
leave
the man alone.
You don't know where he went. He's, you were just looking at him after like a 15-minute conversation. He could have been gone for a long time. In fact, he said after he leaves, he's heading back home to Magnamar.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's leaving straight away, did he?
You don't know. You never asked.
Oh.
Your one chance at a sugar daddy gone.
Mhm. He's
At least this necklace is worth like 150.
100.
100.
Sorry, 100. Don't know where I got the 50 from.
Are you about to sell that necklace?
No.
Squint. Yeah.
squinting.
Evelyn, you're now sitting next to Valdis. He's off.
I imagine it's like not next to you, but just like across from him.
Yeah, okay,
Like at a small table.
so you're like, okay, so you're sitting in a small little booth with him in like a corner of the tavern.
Yeah.
You got 2 cups. He pours you like some of the honey mead. He pours himself some honey mead.
And she's, sipping at it, When she's not, she's kind of like fingering the rim of the cup. And it's just, she's kind of like, it's easy to tell she's trying to figure out what to say. Just like the little side crystal, like mentally, just like, come on, say something, do it.
Meanwhile, I'm like just peering up. I'm peering up, looking at Evelyn, with a thumbs up.
Valdis is just sipping on his drink and staring at the table. Every 3 seconds he'll like pop a glance at her, look back down.
Yeah, same.
Up
She's doing the
glance.
same. They keep catching each other's eyes.
It just makes it even worse.
Yeah. And she's like, so, how, your wounds feeling? I guess tap on the table once if it's fine, twice if it's not.
He'll tap once and then like hold his hand up before like gently tapping with like a finger.
And she looks, she looks at us, she's like, glad that you're doing better. I was admittedly pretty worried about you.
That does kind of perk him up a little bit. As he does look at you directly now with like a little tilt at the head.
Yeah, she's like looking at him, but like most of her hair is kind of blocking her gaze, but it's still tell that she's looking at him. So it's like, I want to apologize. I've been acting unfairly towards you, not really talking. It's just been a little awkward,
Yeah, you got it, Evelyn. Woo!
Karma just kind of covers her mouth like, shut up.
Shut your fuck.
We need to listen in.
He listens, he hears your apology, and he looks away for a little bit as he opens his mouth, and he's trying to say something. It sounds before he just reaches into his like pocket to pull out the little notepad, and he starts scribing down something with a pencil. Rips it, puts it on the table, and it's I'm sorry too.
And she, looks more up at him, moving some hair out of her face, and she gives him a little smile. And it's just like, I guess to be fair, it would be understandable to be a little awkward, But
Scribble, scribble, scribble. I was the one that lied to you for several years.
well, I wouldn't have. I don't blame you for doing that.
I'm just gonna quickly pop to Lou, but I can still hear it all. So carry on.
Yeah, it's like I don't blame you for lying to me. I mean, I assumed you would have figured that my reaction wouldn't have been as fantastic if I knew, so you just like to keep things civil.
Scribble, scribble, and you proved my point.
She chuckles at that. It's like, yeah, I did, didn't I?
He smiles a little bit before he gets that same awkward atmosphere. He kind of taps his finger on the table, takes a few chugs of the mead,
Yeah, she's drinking her mead too.
before he just kind of like starts scribbling down on the thing again. Another note that says, I was so surprised when you came to Sandpoint. I thought you would have stayed in Magnamar.
Wish I could, but I got kicked out.
He kind of looks confused at that.
You know Mom never liked me.
He begins to write. This one takes a little longer because it's a lot more to write. But he asks like what happened with the slaves. He thought she got captured and then she just popped up in Sandpoint one day. What happened between then and now? He thought that something happened to her.
Well, the whole kidnapping situation did cause a lot of issues. I eventually got brought out, and I was accepted at home for a little bit, but because I wasn't so keen to be married off still, I eventually got kicked out.
He thinks about it. He still feels kind of bad. Totally not responsible for the kidnapping. Don't worry about that. He taps his pen on the table as he looks at her before writing down that he's sorry for leaving.
And she just shakes her head. It's like, it's fine. Things happened. Lots happened. You leaving, it hurt definitely. I missed you a bunch, and I was very worried that you just hated my guts and never wanted to see me again. Honestly, that's kind of what I still assumed.
He kind of squints a little at that before like writing down on the notepad, "Why would I hate you when I told you what I did back then?"
And she gives a little bit of a shrug and it's like, intrusive thoughts.
He's confused for a little bit.
Difficult to explain, really.
He sighs a little bit as he asks, the big question, what are we now?
He, looks at her cup. It's just, I don't know. I honestly would still like to be able to talk to you. Lots have happened, of course, in our past, but I would at least like to try and still be friends, even if it isn't the same anymore.
He scribble, scribble, scribble. We weren't friends back then. We were family.
Oh.
Family zone.
It's like,
No, they were foster. Listen, this is medieval times. If he was her actual brother, they would be porking already, alright?
it's like, I still considered you a really close friend still.
That actually... Oh, she still considers him best friend.
Aww.
Yeah, she still does.
Oh, his face goes like red. Red.
Oh, he's all blushy, baby.
He makes a whining noise at that.
And she chuckles a bit.
He chugs his meat.
I will admit I picked up a couple of bad habits, though. Still haven't kicked smoking.
He thinks on it as he looks over to Cynthia, who's like peering over the table with that horrendous like roll. Who's been reading all their letters with like, just by hovering over the table, who's pretending she's not there.
I want to see if I'd notice her. Yeah, I see her. You just kind of like, she's like, like leaning on one hand, looking up, and then she like sees her out of the corner of her eye.
Hey, fellow adventurers.
Torma's
How's it
just
hanging?
leaning on another table like, and you dragged me away. Hypocrite.
As Valdis like writes another letter, but like folds it this time before sliding it to Evelyn, seeing that their guests are watching.
Yeah, she, it's kind of got their eye, got like an eye on those two, and she looks down at the note, flips it open, and her face goes like beet red. Her ears wiggle,
Aww.
Ah!
and
We're
she
gonna
like,
be beat blue. She's
uh,
got blue skin.
well, yeah, I guess it'd be like a dark blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like her face goes like dark blue as her ears wiggle and such, and she kind of like she crinkles the note just a little bit.
She eats it.
Yeah,
Yum.
she immediately stuffs it in her mouth and such, just like, and
I
just
feel like
pounds the
Toma
rest
and
of her
I.
drink.
I feel like Toma and I would just like wink at her and give her like thumbs up, like yeah.
And she just gives them a look and just like, God dang it, she just like she that like when someone's like covering up covering up some of their face with like one hand to like hide it away from like everybody else, but like the person in front of her, like shielding her face.
Valdis seeing that reaction, even though he's being watched, you actually hear him laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
It's of course, it's selectively mute, but it's not really a laugh, but it's very happy, very, I don't want to say primal. Primal feels like the wrong word. It just sounds like a genuinely happy noise that just kind of escapes through his lips. It's fucking. It's like I feel like a baby made a noise, but like had an adult voice. Gurgling, I guess.
And
Yeah.
she
but,
reaches out one of her hands to do grabby hands for his notepad.
But he hands it to her, and he puts a hand over his mouth as you hear his voice. It's really soft. He never uses his voice. It's silky smooth. It's very charming, surprisingly kind of deep for as soft as he looks. It's the his 20 charisma, it's all in his voice. Like picture perfect voice.
Oh my gosh. I hear him speak.
You hear him like giggle gurgle.
Yeah.
Like primal happiness. I can't think another word for it.
Yeah.
I don't have the linguistics necessary. I rolled a 2 on my linguistics.
And she writes her own note, folds it up, and slides it to him as she, finishes off her cup.
And he looks at it. His face goes beet red.
And she looks at the bottle. I imagine there's still a lot in it.
Yeah, you two collectively have only drunk about like a quarter.
And she's like, I think I'm feeling up for a smoke. Would you like to accompany me to hang out a bit while we finish off the bottle?
He nods his head, but he kind of throws a thumb over his shoulder to point towards the stairs.
Yeah, she's like, upstairs can work too. Just don't tell him, Mango.
He scribbles something on the notepad. It's very hastily rushed,
Yeah.
but let's see, how many words is it? Because the pen's gonna start running out of lead.
Need to get a new pen.
Okay, it's 5 words. We're good. It's just 5 simple words, and it's I'll think she'll hear anyway.
And she thinks for a bit, and then she's just like, she immediately covers both of her. It's like, that's not what I'm meaning.
Heyo!
And she's like, you know that's not what I mean.
Torma's just. Why is everyone
I
else finding love? What am I doing wrong? Is it because I'm a dragon? That's the only thing that doesn't hurt.
Evelyn just looks over. It's because you're nosy.
You two are being quite loud. It's hard not to.
There's literally the.
He's writing on paper.
Yeah, she's like, he's writing on paper.
But
And I'm
you
speaking
are.
quietly. I'm
He
speaking
he
in
makes
a low
2
tone.
note cards. Each one is like labeled. First one, he says Torma, I love you. You're not alone. He puts it down and picks up a second note card as it has an arrow pointing towards Evelyn. She's gonna be loud in about an hour.
Oh
Oh
my.
my god! And she whips her in, like, she looks at, like, Torma's reaction. She looks over to Valdez.
Valdez silently wheezing, like
As
tear in his eye.
You know smug Anya from Spy Family? Like that's Cynthia's face right now.
Freaking, she just she pinches the bridge of her nose, like, you know what? I think I'll smoke now and then continue on talking a bit. And she immediately gets up to take out a freaking, like, smoke thing to go outside in the back.
You take
Shouldn't
like
that be
5.
afterwards though?
The equivalent of 5 cigs.
Yeah, 5 cigs in your mouth.
Yeah.
You eat all that nicotine.
I'm gonna need that nicotine to handle the day.
But Valdez, smiles as he looks down at the table, and he shakes his head as he's, crumpling up all the letters and puts them in his bag.
Valdez,
He looks up to you.
I've noticed you have a lot of paper. Do you have any kind of any letter things I could use?
He will take out an envelope and some paper for you, but he thinks for a moment before, writing on his notepad. Despite how cheery we are, nothing's happening. Just friends. Only tease. She's just... I want her to be happy.
Aww. That's sweet. Now where's the letter stuff?
He's right in front of him. But yeah, he tries getting it across as few words as possible, like, don't overthink this. This is just being flirty.
I see. I'm glad, so I sort of smile at him and I give him the thumbs up and I said, I showed her your picture. I showed her the sketch. I hope you don't mind. But I told you got this.
See, scribble, scribble, scribble. What we were isn't coming back, but what I told her is we can try to be friends as new people.
I shake my head and I say, that's perfectly fine, I understand. I shown her because I felt like she needed that to close that chapter of her life.
Scribble, 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 scribble. We are going to be an adventuring party now, so I hope that we can be on friendly terms instead of awkward terms. So, Torma, she's still all yours.
Torma's just... He's got a drink at this point. He's looking grumpy like, I doubt anyone's going to be mine, but thank you.
Scribble, scribble, scribble. Heart emoji, but medieval version. So I have a calligraphy heart. I can be yours.
I seriously doubt you're serious, but thank you.
Listen, he's just gonna help you find that dragon fruit.
He flips it. He already had a pre-written note behind it. I mean it. He already had a second pre-made note.
How's the party doing?
He flips it again. I really mean it.
How's the party doing? Well, we might have lesbians, we might have gays, we might have straights. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I might have accidentally pissed off a nobleman when he sort of proposed.
You pissed off probably 2 noblemen?
Yeah.
Many noblemen.
Oops. I can't just sit back and, let that happen. My mum's a noblewoman.
Let's go, lesbians. Let's go.
Valdez is just drinking his ale. Evelyn, you're back there, behind the tavern. Your heart's a racing. Your face a beating. You're a huffing. Oh God.
Yeah, it's just like, Jesus Christ, it's just like, Jesus Christ, what the heck?
Oh God, you haven't felt this alive in 30 years.
It feels like a weight has been, kind of lifted off her shoulders.
And not only that, not only has he forgiven you, supposedly, I didn't see no sense motive checks, not only has he forgiven you, supposedly, but apparently, he told you what he felt.
Yeah, I forgot to do the sense motive. I was so into the roleplay, I forgot.
Yeah, you don't know if he's
I-
lying or not.
Eh.
Okay.
I have a question about something.
Yeah, sure.
You know when Cynthia has a drink of sorts?
Yes, you get,
You know,
get intoxicated.
yeah, like when you get intoxicated, can I get more promiscuous? As in, like, rolls to charisma and stuff have like +1 or +2 whenever I'm intoxicated.
Sadly, that's not how it works. I went over the alcohol rules. Like the
Fuck.
first stage of inebriation, you actually get like stronger with your physical stats.
Mm.
But if you want to get more promiscuous, that's just general role play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Like I can't determine how you role play, but typically skills are for like contested stuff, like seeing traps, detecting if somebody's lying, trying to
I'm
spot a
just
hidden thing.
I'm just thinking like,
How you act is up to you.
okay, because I'm assuming that while Evelyn and Valdis were talking, I was I've had a thing. So when Valdis is explaining how everything is okay between him and Evelyn and how it's like trauma, like Dommy Mommy like kicks in and sort of like lifts him up by his chin, and I'll say, you really are handsome, you know that. I told you could do it, and then like just kiss his forehead.
Uh,
And then I'll just fall on the table, just like thud. It's the alcohol again.
Valdis does not know how to interpret this. He is confused. Torma, get these ladies off. I don't want them.
And he's just, believe me, I'd take them if I could.
He groans a little bit.
I'm back in the half asleep stage. I'm like,
How bad would
this
it
is
be if we just left her here tonight?
we can't. He scribble. We can't risk somebody taking her out back in an alley. We gotta take her to her room.
Fair enough.
And then as you say that, I like my body like kicks, and then I kick a chair to the other side of the room.
They might like that. But Cynthia's the kind of drunk where she'll get into it, like, start taking off clothes and then pass out.
Yeah.
That's great. But don't worry, Torma. Valis will help you drag Cynthia's body to your room this time.
Ah!
Oh, yeah! Listen, your actions have consequences.
Fuck.
And he's just,
Yeah,
why
she's
my
all
room?
yours.
She hates me.
Valdis thinks for a moment, what to say, before looking behind them down the staircase.
In my sleep, I go, Gekko is so cute.
And he writes down, after he puts her in your bed, he writes down, I haven't known Evelyn in several years, and it took the help of some good friends and some deep words to make her look at me again. Women like persistence, as cliche as that sounds.
Clearly. And everything. Nothing but persistent.
You've been, he has to get a new piece of paper because it's too big. It's too persistent. You need to take time, let things grow. It took me over a decade to get where I am with Evelyn now. You have long life. You are a dragon. You'll live for hundreds of years if legends are to be said. You will have lots of time to find the one.
But not a lot of time to live with them.
Not unless you find someone that lives just as long as you.
Am I on Torma's back right now?
Well, we tossed you into bed.
Oh, okay. So I'll just play stars, dragon.
He thinks about it, writes something down. I don't know for sure because I'm not religious, but outsiders do live forever. So if you can convince Cynthia, you'd have somebody that be with you for your entire life.
A nice idea, but unlikely.
You've known her for less than a week.
And yet I've already been turned down more than I've had most of the women in the village.
Torma, have you thought this might not be love, but lust?
All I know is that my mother was never able to find love. So, want to live a dream. Want to
You
find
can
someone cares for me so she doesn't have to worry.
She like shoots up when she hears the word love and no, you are a handsome boy. I need that too. I need that too, but I can't find it. I can't find it.
He
She's
chortles
down
a little
again.
bit before, writing down his last little thing, which is a very simple quote that you can't find love. Love isn't something that you can go searching through endless dungeons for. Love comes to you like a loyal dog or a caring family member. Love will find you at its own time. So don't look for
Aww. He's just.
That sounds like a really old Tumblr quote.
Just. Alright.
he
You better go to your love then.
he shakes his head violently. No.
You better go see your love. He just like takes hold of Torma. It's like,
You know,
okay then.
He puts a finger down his mouth, makes like the gag motion. But I think now that you said that, he has to now write one more thing. Because she's making him do this to him. Because now Torma's a girl to him, sissy man.
Sissy.
He writes down, scribble, 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 hands it to him. He's running out of paper. This man's gone through like 50 sheets of paper.
Oh no, his
Folk-
paper.
Focus on being Cynthia's friend rather than her lover. Women don't like it when you just go straight for them. You don't even know Cynthia's favorite color, where she likes to eat, if she has a favorite animal. Once you know her like a best friend, that's what love is like. Best friends.
Oh,
No, horsey, please, no.
no. The only friend I've ever had is Peach, and well, our relationship can be a bit rocky at times.
Valdez
trying to
starts
fuck
leaving
my
the
mother.
room with a hand over his heart. Oh, the only friend you ever had. Oh,
Big ouch, man.
And he's just, what? Look at me. Not many people like a dragon. Especially
puts a
not a
hand-
black dragon.
he puts a hand on his, like on the top of his head, puts it down, kind of like waves a hand over his face.
What am I, chopped liver?
And he's just, you said it yourself, I've just met you.
He looks at the screen. Insert laugh track number 3. Scribble, scribble. He's getting tired of this. Listen, kid, I can't get you. He breathes in, thinks. Emotions are hard. I'm not a priest. Things will work out. Just take time and believe in what your gut says.
And he's just, well, if you say so.
And with that, he'll quickly run before anything else can be said. He's out of paper.
Sning is just saying, I'm going to beat you both with a branch.
So he can just hang out with Evelyn out back. as she smokes her 5 cigs.
Don't worry. This is around the time you'd come upstairs to go join him.
Yeah, so just like walking up, she smells like smoke. Meet him halfway,
Yeah, he's got the bottle of liqueur.
and she looks at it. We gonna hang. She's like, oh, yes, shall we finish the bottle?
He nods as he opens the door for her,
And she'll come on in.
and he'll close it. And that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Woo!
Hey.
Mm.
So hey, everyone, you get 350 EXP.
Hey.
Hey.
I gotta go sleep soon because I got work. But hey, Aurora, how was session tonight?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
I liked
Yeah.
it.
That's
It's a lot
good.
of fun. Let's
That's
see.
good.
Yo, Pog, we're getting closer.
Hey, Cynthia,
Where's the EXP?
how was
Four.
session tonight? Are you happy?
4.
It's under ability scores and classes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I take that as a yes from Cynthia. Hey, Evelyn,
I had a great time.
you had a great time.
That was fun.
What was everyone's favorite character moment tonight?
Ameko clocking her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus Evelyn and
Valdis.
Valdis making up.
Supposedly making up again. Nobody actually rolled anything.
I forgot about it, and I'm sad that I didn't. But I don't have very good sense of motive anyway.
Man is a charismatic liar and a
How
bad
much?
omen. Oh,
How much should the XP be again?
970, just like Evelyn wrote.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
970.
so close to the level 2, man.
Hell yeah! Do I get to evolve?
No.
Not. I think you have to get like 5 or 6 before you actually grow up a size.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll be medium, and you can actually hit things from a distance.
But I think like at level 3 you grow like a fly speed or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can fly on people's heads.
But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, it's a pleasure to have you all. I'm so sorry that Snoo didn't come join us. But
It's alright, he needed the rest.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's
We got
always,
next week.
it's always a pleasure, and of course, I'm always happy to DM. And thanks for everyone that tuned in to Aurora's stream to watch us, and thanks for everyone that's popping in over on Demon's channel to
Hello.
watch the episode.
Yeah, I'll be uploading both as I fall asleep.
Yes. But with all that wrapped up, next time on Dragon Ball Z, the party will have to reemerge to some shocking news involving Ameko's, situation, some goblins, and a good
Roleplay.
old, a good old rustling time with roleplay.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm stopping the recording.
Alright, and I'm gonna stop the stream in 3, 2, 1. Bye, everybody.